everyone, and welcome back to Amateurs Guild. We have a shorter than normal episode planned because of everything that went wrong, could possibly go wrong, went wrong, and here we are. We show up. That's what we do, right, gang? Okay.
Only one.
I'm defeated on the inside.
There wasn't
But we're
one.
freaking doing this. Damn it. Okay, let us start with a little recap. Last session, the gang found themselves in the crumbling hollow mountain after defeating the Archmage of the Circle of Fire and Bjorn destroying the God's Forge. As the mountain collapsed, Bjorn tried to use his hammer to stop the debris from falling. However, he seemed to have lost a massive amount of power, rendering him almost useless. Our heroes ran to the rescue airship, and then leaping to safety, almost everyone was able to make it out when Seabog leapt, carrying King Stormrock, King of the Dwarves, and Eric's father. They fell, and Palescales, only able to save one. It was Palescales, right? Yeah, okay. Only able to save one, flew down and saved Seabog as the king fell to his death. No consequence to that. That won't ever come up. A year has passed, and the gang has made a home in the city of Rune, working with Bjorn against the Circle of Fire, albeit not revealing every one of their secrets to him. As Madras went to a potions shop to search for some ways that she could enchant some arrows, Palescales and Seabog met individually with Bjorn to learn more about their respective histories. Bjorn informed Palescales he did not know the extent to which Artemis was experimenting on dragonborns and would keep him informed on anything that he learned about illithids and the mind flare that killed Lacey. Seabog, taking off his mask to reveal a heavily burned face, asked Bjorn what he knew about the Lockwood fires. When Bjorn revealed that he knew very little, he promised he would look into the disappearance of Tasha, Seabog's long-lost sister. Lacey went back to their townhouse and went back into her 3 books that have perplexed her for over a year now. With perspective gained from the God's Forge and the killing of Warden, Lacey put the pieces together that there was another God's Forge in Rune. Used by Bjorn and fueled by the sacrifice of his god, Dawn. And, instinctually she knew, Moradin, gone, the death of gods feels a lot like what she felt with Cyber. That's where we are now!
Yeah.
Palescales. As Seabog is chatting with Bjorn afterward, you are leaving the castle. What are you looking to do right now?
Do I know what the rest of the party's up to?
You guys
Generally?
you guys definitely told each other kind of what you were doing. You know that Seabog is talking to Bjorn right now. You know Lacey went back to the townhouse. You know Madras went to the potion shop. You're not very far away from anybody, really. Seabog's right where you came from. Madras is in a potion shop that's pretty close to the center of town, which is where the castle is, and your townhouse is not very far from Bjorn's castle either. But you're just leaving the castle now, so you're basically in the center of town.
I guess what I would want to do if I were Palescales at this moment, after the conversation I just had with Bjorn, would be... I want to try and find Artemis. How would I go about doing that?
Give me an intelligence roll.
It's going to be a -1 too, I'm pretty sure. I just got to make sure it's only a -1. This could be -2.
That's always good. It's always
So
fun
5?
when you roll stuff. Palescales, you think maybe if you try making like the phone shape with your gauntlet, maybe that would be a way to get in contact with Artemis?
I love it. So I hold my gauntlet to my hand, like my head, and I just start fucking screaming, "Hello? Hello?"
You see humans walk by, just kind of like, what's going on? Who is this? That's Palescales, right? Yeah, but he's acting so strange.
Hello?
Everyone just kind of walks around. You see like a mother like bring her children the exact opposite way of you. Steer clearing.
I'm making a scene.
You hear the sound of the ocean. As if it's a seashell. You don't hear anything, but give me a perception check.
So you know what things
Yeah, I was gonna say, you're telling me we've been here for a year.
Yeah,
and
people
now-
don't know Palescales. If you guys weren't pseudo-famous, people would still know Palescales just for living there for a
Yeah,
year.
fucking
You
weirdo.
said perception?
Yeah.
14?
You kind of hear a little like a whisper coming from the alleyway over to your right.
Hello?
It's definitely not coming from your hand.
Do I hear the ocean coming from the alleyway?
No.
The ocean's coming from my hand.
Yes.
Okay, I go toward the alleyway.
You walk down the alleyway, and you hear, as you start walking down this alleyway, it's kind of like more tucked behind some buildings, pretty narrow. Nobody's in here, it's pretty well hidden. And you just hear in the background, Palescales. 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 Sorry, Palescales. It's me, Arden. You see a
I swing.
figure. Go ahead and give me a.
You fucking!
You see, Arden steps out of the shadows, kind of all cloaked, opens his hood and just says, Palescales, it's me. Go ahead and give me an attack roll.
Oh no. 5's not good. But it could be worse.
Oh, it might be.
Well, how do I
I mean, it
modify
really
it? It
might
probably gets
be.
worse, right? What's an unarmed strike?
It's gonna be your
It's
strength.
strength.
Oh, so it's
Like a
an
9.
8
Oh,
if
8.
to hit.
You swing, you see he just ducks out of the way, goes, Palescales, stop! And then you just slip and fall on the ground.
Fuck.
You see he kind of offers a hand to help you up. Palescales, I'm sorry to startle you, but I needed to speak with you.
Don't touch me.
He pulls his hand back.
You can talk at me, but don't touch me.
He says, okay, listen. I understand that where we left off was not the best way. I understand I tricked you, but you did, get some retribution. You hit me, and when we captured you.
Not now.
No, well,
I want to hit you now.
Well, to be fair, you tried to hit me.
And you didn't let me.
Listen, I am not here as an enemy. I am not going to teleport you anywhere. You have my word.
So you're my friend.
I am an ally to you.
Then let me punch you in the face.
That's not
What friends do
allies
here,
would do.
it's culturally our thing.
It's not.
And you're being a bigot again.
It's not our thing. I don't know if it's our thing.
It's definitely our thing.
Well,
Ardain, our thing.
that's not the same.
Can I roll for persuasion? I
You
want to
can-
try and
you
convince
can-
him to punch. Let me
Roll
punch him
for
in the face.
persuasion. Get me a nat 20.
Fuck.
There's no
that.
shot.
Let me hit you.
He says, "I'm not going to let you hit me. You possess a good amount of power now. That would be very foolish.
Very
No?
wimpy. Very, very baby. If you're asking.
He says, "Okay, fine. Yes, I'm the baby. Yes, but listen,
Cool.
I have a very important message for you from Artemis."
Sounds good, baby.
He says, "Are you going to listen to me?"
If you're gonna goo and gaga a little more, go for it.
What?
You're the baby.
Okay, listen. Palescales, I told Artemis I would not be the right person to send here, but he insisted that I come talk to you.
Wow, that's insightful.
He says, I'm bringing you a message from Artemis. We have information that may be of very good interest to you and your companions.
All right.
He says,
Awesome.
okay, you know the pieces of 3. You've been around 2 of them.
The sword?
Okay, the last piece of 3 has been located. Siric's cursed artifacts of immense power,
The
which you found too. The sword that you found.
fiend? The fiend one? The fiend's bane?
Yes.
The friend's bane.
Yes.
Yeah, I know that one.
That
I know that. I remembered it before now.
that was found, and of course the palantir that you left at the monastery.
You know about that?
I was there.
Oh shit!
That's where we met. Palescales.
You're blowing my mind. Artemis. This is all Artemis said this.
You see he pulls out like a notebook and starts like taking notes. He says, "So, are you experiencing memory loss, or are you just being very, very foolish?"
What are you doing?
I'm just taking notes. I take notes. That's what I do.
We can learn how to read and write.
Anyway,
How did you learn that?
Anyway, it has been found, and we wanted to let you and your companions know because we don't want it falling in the wrong hands. It is by far the strongest of the 3 artifacts, and it shouldn't be in anyone's hands other than trusted people, but outside of that, if the three of them were combined, it would be massively destructive if not in the right hands. So we wanted to let you all know so that if it made sense for you to go after it, then you would be able to, we trust you to have it much more than we would have anybody else have it.
So what is it?
He
You
says,
didn't
okay,
say what it is. You just said it's a thing.
It is the Crown of Madness. And it is located, we've discovered that it is located somewhere in the north, in the mountains of Nyx, what many people here in Rune would call the spine of Angea, fairly central to the continent, just north of here, quite far, but that it essentially, with that power, Palescales, if you were to wield it, you could single-handedly take out the entire Circle of Fire and their automaton empire. If you had all three, that is. We know where one is. The sword, I know you had found, but I also would love to know if you know where that is now.
Not really my own thing to keep track of the sword.
Okay.
I did other stuff that was important.
Okay.
I do remember some really spooky looking dude picking it up and being like, I planted this and I made a whole plan the whole time and y'all were dumb and I'm smarter, and I don't remember the ins and outs of it, but that was the whole gist of the sword.
Our sources told us that it was used to kill Moradin. But
Sure.
we don't know where it ended after that. What happened to Hextor?
If I remember correctly, I don't.
He drops out, he says, okay, well, regardless of that, the most important thing is that we locate the Crown of Madness and we take it before it can get into the wrong hands. Chances are somebody may have it and not even realize its full potential. So this is why I wanted to alert you.
So you guys just found out where this was now?
We're constantly looking for powerful artifacts, and yes, it had been, we'd heard rumors, we had investigated a little bit further, and we believe this is the Crown of Madness. We have high confidence that that's what it is.
So, why tell me?
Because, well, you are, in a way, you may not see it, but you're like one of us. We would rather you have this power. We trust you. You have shown to be a responsible user of the gauntlet, so we believe that it would be better for you and your companions to have it, and that also you all would have the skills necessary to retrieve it. I'm not saying return it to us. I want you to have it.
What'll it do for me other than just someone else doesn't have it? What's the incentive? This sounds like a lot to do for just you.
Listen, I am just the messenger here. Artemis sent me here to tell you about this so that maybe it would aid you in your quest. Of course, we want to see the Circle of Fire dead. It seems that you all do as well, and so we want to arm you as best we possibly can.
I don't even know where the Circle of Fire is.
He says they are scattered all around, but that is not important. Palescales, just understand it is
it's so
in
hard for
the
me to
mountains
do.
of Nyx in the spot. Remember, focus, Palescales, focus.
There's so many names.
Just
You're saying so much
remember
stuff about
the
magic.
mountains of Nyx, the Crown of Madness.
Powers.
And that is it. I'm heading out, but I just needed to inform
Crown
you
of
that.
Madness?
He puts on his hood. He says, "Okay, I'm leaving now, Palescales."
None of this makes sense to me.
He just slowly starts walking away. Just, okay, goodbye. And he starts running.
I swing again.
He's way out of the way.
I
now.
miss. I fall on
You
the
just see him
ground.
run like goofily.
Fuck!
He's not like athletic.
He's so fast. He's the best kid alive.
Seabach, during this time, you had just finished your conversation with Bjorn. You are leaving the castle right now, and as you walk out, you see, as you round the corner, you're basically in the center of town now, right?
Yeah.
You've just, Bjorn has just let you know that he is going to keep an eye out and try to learn more about the Lockwood Fires and try to help you in any way, shape, or form. You look around town, and then you see Madras, on the other side of this square, kind of walking out of the potion shop. Madras, give me a perception check.
You know how you're thinking?
I do. I was just talking a lot of shit about how I don't need it.
Moment of truth.
I don't need no character sheet. I remember
I remember my modifiers. I don't remember any of my modifiers.
my character's like me. I remember everything.
Yeah. Totally.
Fuck you. Fuck you, Madras. Shitty memory. Don't remember shit.
Okay.
How can you not remember?
You said perception?
Yeah.
That's a 22.
Oh shit. Okay, Madras, as you're exiting this potion shop, you had just talked to the person behind the counter there. You just open the door, kind of walk out. You see Seabog across the way, and then you hear, it's not a very big shop. You hear kind of like a rustling in the back. You look back and you see the shopkeeper kind of looks around and is kind of confused as to what's happening. He looks behind him and there's like a small like mini like warehouse behind him where he keeps a lot of his stores and stuff. And then the storefront is like at the very front of the building. He looks back and is trying to figure out what that is. Suddenly, a massive explosion just sets off, knocking you back. And give me, I'm gonna roll damage for you.
Goddamn.
That is
Can't be
20
safe.
points of damage.
Are you
As this
kidding?
explosion rocks you back.
Whoa.
You, with your high
was
perception,
thinking,
you're able to
joke.
kind of see this coming and roll out of the way, which halved the actual overall damage.
You're kidding!
It's a massive explosion just sets off in the middle of town. You see the shopkeeper just completely engulfed in fire as the front of the shop just blows out like into the street corner. Massive explosion. Seabog, you feel the shockwaves like across this square as it rocks you. Palescales, it's also something that you definitely hear as well. At least you're not quite in earshot, but you definitely heard like a little pop.
Here's a balloon.
Somebody popped a balloon. As this happens, Magic, you get up, you dust yourself off. Seabog, you're able to see this very carefully as well. You see, shortly after, as you kind of like get your wits about you, you see 4 gruffy-looking humans in rags. They look to be like peasants or maybe even like thieves or something. Not very like noble in any way, shape, or form. They run out of the shop, and you see 3 of them are holding bags, which is filled with something, presumably from the shop. You see they rush out, and as they do, Magis, you're on the ground, you're kind of covered in like soot and all this stuff. You see one of the 4 come out, looks over, and makes eye contact with you, Seabog. You see him just kind of like sit, like kind of look at you, just, peculiarly, and then a smile kind of comes on his face. You see he gives his bag to one of his 3 companions, and he looks over at you and says, you're right on time. Get the ingredients back to the boss, he says, gesturing to his companions. He looks right at you and says, the alchemist sends his regards. And he pops this small little vial of white liquid as he chugs it down, and you see him just start laughing that slowly becomes screaming as he starts to transform into a beast before your eyes. Everyone roll me initiative. You can roll initiative as well as you, Palescales.
That's an 8.
8.
9.
10.
Yeah. 10, Lacey?
Yeah.
Sitting on 15. and
Wait,
those,
Lacey
like-
can also, even though she's not really. Okay.
Yeah, it's gonna come into play. Sorry, what did you
Got
get
it.
again, Madras?
I got an 8. Plus 5.
Wow.
Dame?
I got 8 as well.
Okay. And then, solid guy.
Yeah, I nailed it.
We're all fucked.
The
I have the
person
highest
having-
initiative and I'm not even
and not
there.
even-
I
Okay, let us see here. So, you see, before your very eyes, this person is just laughing, and slowly it becomes more like an pained, like, scream. As he starts to transform, you see his clothes rip, as he screams in pain. His skin starts to turn green, and he becomes massive, tall and wide, as huge rippling muscles build out, and he starts to mutate into a almost dragon-like looking creature. As he kind of finalizes his form, he's taking up like a massive amount of the square, and you see in front of you a 5-headed hydra standing there, darting eyes at you, Seabog. With a much higher initiative, he is going to be going first. You see that he is going to charge at you. I'm going to say you are about 60 feet away, so he is going to have to essentially use a dash action to get up to you.
Okay.
You notice he does not see Madras on the ground, and she's kind of covered in debris right now. He runs up to you and just kind of gets up into melee range, but that is all that he can do on his turn, but you have a reaction?
Yes.
Awesome.
I'm gonna swing at him as my reaction. 19 on the die.
Yeah, it definitely hits.
Well, honestly, no questions right now. 5, 6, 7, 12 points of damage.
Awesome. So you go ahead and punch him, I'm assuming?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'm sorry, what was that, 19?
12.
12, sorry. Okay, that sounds good. You see, like, this just massive creature just runs up to you full force. You get your wits about you, are able to just clock him in one of his 5 heads. It kind of, like, arches back and roars as you see civilians just running. The shop is still, like, on fire. These people are hauling ass out of here. And you see his 3 companions are, like, rounding the corner and running in the opposite direction as well with those bags. They head in that direction. You do some damage. Anything else you'd like to do in your turn?
That was my reaction.
I'm sorry.
That was my reaction.
Sorry. Awesome. Okay, so, cool. All right, so that is going to be Lacey. Your turn. Give me a perception check on the little pop you heard.
Eek. It's neat.
You hear this pop and you're like, huh, that sounds kind of weird. And you just kind of go back to your books. You're very enthralled in what you're learning at this very moment about certain gods and certain forges and certain people. That will now be Seabog's turn. Seabog, you know in this, well, you don't really know exactly what's happening, but you know, big bad monster.
Classic
You saw
magic.
explosion, you saw people throwing the other way. You know Madras is in on this fight. She's not unconscious. She's just kind of like disguised underneath like ash right now. But you also know that you have a new ability where you can contact your allies. You do not know if Palescales or Lacey had heard this explosion. But you know this is a big bad guy.
If I remember correctly, I am able to reach my entire party within 120 feet?
Yes, 120 feet. You're basically going to activate this. You can do it once per long rest. It's a free action.
Yes, yep.
And you can contact any of your members within 120 feet, or one willing person you know from anywhere on this plane. You don't know exactly where Palescales or Lacey are. You know they're not crazy far, but you don't know if they're 120 feet. And if you use this to contact your companions in 120 feet, you can't contact one farther away. Waiting until you have a long rest.
So hold on, it's 120 for the entire party.
Yes, or you can utilize it to talk to one person anywhere on the plane. It's one or the other. So basically,
I'm in the middle of the city.
Yes.
I feel like it'd be safe to assume he's not too far behind. He's not too far. I see her.
We were both just at the castle.
Yeah. Oh, Lacey's being yes, that's supposed to be. Oh shit. Books.
I love these books.
Oh god.
She's just so proud of herself for kind of like figuring out this like massive, almost pseudo conspiracy kind of thing.
Shoot. Alright.
She's doing Sudoku.
God damn it. Okay, I'm gonna contact Lacey.
Cool.
Without, not the entire party, just Lacey.
Lacey, out of nowhere, you just kind of like, it suddenly just feels like somebody's in the room with you talking to you, but you know it's in your head, it's not an actual like person in here. and you hear Seabog's voice. It's very easy for you to do it. So
I know.
but it'd be hilarious if you just made that face.
I'm just sitting there in front of a 5-headed dragon.
Time to fight. What do you say to Lacey?
First, Lacey, where are you?
I can respond.
You can.
Talk to me.
I'm in the house. I figured out some shit.
Crazy explosions happen in the middle of town. People are running away with bags of potions. I need you to try to find Palescales and then try to get these guys. What direction are they going in?
They are going north.
Palescales shouldn't be far from the center of town, and I wasn't sure I was going to be able to reach you any other way, so I need you to try to find him and then try to get to... I'm sorry, they said that they were north?
They're running north, yeah. You don't know where exactly. They've already kind of rounded the corner, and they're like...
Oh, God, they're heading north from the center of town. Probably trying to make a quick exit or some kind of safe haven.
Okay.
Why
Why did you call Bjorn?
Because I trust you.
Oh, thanks, buddy. I'll be there soon. TTYL bye.
You hang up your mind phone. Awesome. That's, I think, everything for your turn, if I'm not mistaken. You already... No,
I didn't
your reaction.
even take my actual turn.
Sorry. Your reaction really threw me off.
Let me do things.
Go ahead.
Nat 20 on the first attack.
Oh, shit.
No way.
No way.
I rolled
That's
another nat
crazy.
20 for my second attack.
Wow.
I felt it too. There's something about the roll.
I really feel like I have to roll a third attack now. Please be nat 1. Okay. I've been deserving. Incredible. That's a 19.
Awesome. So 2 nat 20s and a 19. They all hit.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, go ahead and just do all your damage together. I am going to, as you calculate that...
Do other things.
Yeah, I'm just going to explain kind of like as it's happening. So you go ahead and just start slamming, like, Palescales, you kind of like got your shit together, this Hydra ran up to you, and you just like act like anime movie, just like this thing's rushing at you, and then it just stops as you punch it, and stop it square in its tracks, and then immediately, quickly send a message to Lacey, and then just immediately go into crazy monk mode. It's like straight up like Goku, Dragon Ball Z style, as you start just like smacking this Hydra around. Now, I will say too, I know you're gonna calculate your damage, but the way this also works mechanically is that each head basically is almost like its own entity. So you can attack a head, or you can just attack the overall structure. You basically have that option.
I think coming at him, I've got a staff swing coming for one head, another staff swing coming for the other head, and then kind of like a gut punch with my third strike.
The gut punches to okay, to the body. Okay, gotcha. How much damage?
45 total.
Total damage?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. I'm gonna say, basically, with one of the punches, I know I probably should have split it up per head, but I'm gonna say with one of your punches, you're able to just straight up smack the shit out of this guy's head, as it just kind of like crushes a little bit, and slaps to the ground, as like this head is like essentially dead. And as that happens, you do the rest of your damage, to another head and then the rest of the body as well. But it looks like this one head is just kind of like dead on the ground. It almost looks like a tail now coming out of the front of the body. That is anything else you'd like to do with your turn? And Madras, you're on deck.
Okay.
What are you trying to do here? I'm speaking to them. What are you trying to do? Yeah.
You see, it just kind of looks at you, enraged with anger. You just did a pretty substantial amount of damage, and it just looks back at you and just says, "Wouldn't you like to know?"
That's kind of why I asked.
He says, "Well, you're not gonna be able to really tell anybody anytime soon, but I'm not really in the mood to just share my evil plans." And he just starts like going back.
But that's bad guy 101.
So he agrees that evil
That will be
He's
Madras,
conflicted about
your
it too,
turn.
right? Like, he knows
So
he's
I'm
doing
in
the
the
wrong
rubble right now. I'm closest to this thing. He doesn't see me yet. Does that count as like hidden?
I will say you're hidden. Yeah, for sure. You're basically like kind of behind it too.
You also have an ally within attacking range of it?
Yes. So you have your sneak attack no matter what.
Awesome.
Is this guy?
Big turtle.
Yeah, I'm
We're still
gonna.
friends. We're still allies. We're still allies.
I'm going to I am going to
Despite how much you say. We're still allies.
I'm going to attack him.
I'm a
I'm
bitch,
going
I'm
to yo, shut the fuck up. I'm gonna yeah, I'm covered in soot and everything, so I think I'm gonna move back a little bit.
Okay.
What is his attack range? Like how?
The Hydra?
Yeah.
You have no idea.
Hydra
You
range.
honestly probably haven't ever.
Metagame.
You haven't. Oh, well, let me show you my screen.
You know it has the average range of a Hydra.
Don't.
Thanks.
Stop getting close to the mic. Fucking up all my audio. Anyway.
Hydra ASMR.
Ew.
It's actually probably going to be okay. The compressor's
All right,
good.
cool.
So you basically just like rise from the ashes like out of nowhere. It just like looks like a field of like ash and debris. You just go and burst out of it as you kind of like take a little bit of a run back. You're like 30 feet away from it, but you're behind it essentially.
Okay, cool. So yeah, I'm gonna attack him with my short bow.
Solid.
Get dead. Get dead.
That's a 28 to hit.
Definitely hits.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Just a little bit.
I'm gonna roll damage. It
hurts.
This.
Now, do you want to attack a head or do you want to attack the overall body?
The overall body. Well, no, I'm gonna attack the overall body.
I've got 4 heads swinging.
I mean, you did just see me crunch a skull.
I did, but I feel like at the end of the day, well,
It's probably better for you to take a bite.
no, right? Because that's what I'm thinking. Like, I think it's not gonna go down unless the body HP gets fucked.
Would I know anything on a Hydra?
Well, probably not.
That's fine.
You
Yeah.
can roll on your turn though. You can roll an
It's his cousin.
insight.
Yeah.
Damn.
What'd you say?
We're cousins.
Yeah.
It turns around, it has a shell. It's like a little tiny one.
It's on the back of each head.
Yeah.
And you
It's like a
see
tiny hat.
your sister Tasha. No.
Oh, that'd be fun.
So that was 10 damage plus a sneak attack.
Okay. What's the sneak damage?
It's 5d6. So just one. Sorry, 1 sec. I gotta roll some d6.
It's not that much.
That's just a little bit.
I know.
That's fine.
Rogues are crazy.
That's fine.
Fucking nutty.
Yo, are you okay?
No. 4, 7, 11, 13. 13 damage.
So 23 total.
Yes.
Okay, cool. So
Sorry, I can't do math.
I was like, he's at 4, and I'm like, there's no way.
I got a 1 on every single one of those.
Yeah.
One dice is just
No, I was
pips.
adding
So
because
so you basically you like knock a bow and just like let it loose. And you were attacking a head or the body.
body.
Okay, cool. You see like just arrows kind of go into the back of this thing as it just like retches in pain. You see 3 out of the 4 heads turn back and look at you in surprise, and then they're just staring daggers at you. That will be Palescales. You go ahead and give me a perception check.
Ooh, 17.
17. You hear this, and you definitely can register that this is an explosion down the street, and it's very close to the castle, which you know at least Seabog is near. What would you like to do?
I want to use Gem Flight.
Holy shit.
And
It's just flight, but he just drops a bunch of gems.
yeah,
Yeah, the entire
It's
time.
fucking so good for the economy. So I use economy flight. It's awesome. Everybody's rich. The Hydra doesn't want to fight. It just wants to vacation.
You just make a bunch of pots that Link smashes.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh my god.
I actually, as I fly, the pots fly from my wings onto the ground and smash, and rupees just fly out.
Oh, it's so good.
These wings, you sprout spectral wings on your body. These wings last for 1 minute. For the duration, you gain a flying speed equal to your walking speed and can hover. So, I think it's 25. No, it's 30 feet. Nice. I have 30 feet
A flying speed.
That's obviously your total move speed. I
Yeah.
will say if you want to, you can run and then use that spell to then get your additional.
Yeah, can I run like 30 feet in the direction of the noise and then use the bonus action to fly upward 30 feet and see if I can see where it came from?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
You fly it like directly up, and you're buildings are taller here, but you're able to kind of get a much better vantage point and see over like some rooftops. You definitely see like a huge pillar of black smoke coming up, like basically straight from like the town square, right across from like where the castle is.
Okay.
Kinda, like, basically in the direction that you came from.
Okay. I am going to...
These are like noise canceling. I can't hear it unless it's like the microphone picks it up.
Approximately how far is the pillar of smoke?
You see it's probably like 120 feet away from you.
Damn.
You were walking for so long just trying to get reception
Just
on
trying to find that
on your gauntlet phone.
screaming
Just-
into that thing. I think I'm gonna cast a spell.
So you
Right,
cast
thanks.
as an action, you're going to cast a bonus action?
So I use the bonus action for gem flight.
Oh, cool.
And then I'm gonna cast... Do you have a limited number of bonus actions this round?
Yes.
One.
Yeah,
Got
one.
it, got it. Okay. Then I'm going to, as my primary action, just straight up cast Dimension Door.
Solid.
And
Your
I'm
gem
gonna-
thing isn't a spell?
No, it's a bonus action due to my race variant. It's a
Nice,
race
nice,
Due
nice.
to
ability.
being a
Yeah.
Nice.
So I want a Dimension Door.
Cool. What's the language of that again?
You can teleport yourself from current location to any other spot within 500 feet of range.
That's so broken.
Awesome. You have to be able to see it.
You arrive at exactly the desired spot. It can be a place you can see, one you can visualize, or one you can describe by stating the distance and direction, such as 200 feet downward. So I guess I'd like to go to a place I can see by the smoke pillar. You know what I mean?
Or you can just, so you can definitely tell this is coming from like the town square.
Oh,
so
then
you
yeah.
can just visualize the town square and teleport there.
I would like to do that.
Awesome. Cool. Give me just roll me like a d4 for luck.
You got it.
Don't roll a 1.
4.
Awesome. You essentially like teleport, and you're in this spot. Basically, Seabog's right in front, Magic's right behind. You're like off to the side, kind of right in the middle of the town square.
Perfect.
So you're in a very opportune spot, just by circumstance.
Excellent.
Cool.
That's all my actions. That's my whole turn.
That will be. You see, naturally some guards run up. I'm not gonna like roll individually from them, but I'm just going to roll a little bit of damage each turn as some normal guards who are much less powerful than you guys kind of come up and they say, "We will help." And start hitting things. It's like hardly noticeable, but it does do something.
Don't help! Don't help!
They say,
Don't help!
It's gonna add up. I swear.
No, please!
It's gonna add up.
We don't need chip. We don't need chip.
Okay, so they do a little bit of damage. You see, this thing is still doing just fine.
You're
Still
inting.
very strong.
You're inting.
That is going to be the Hydra's turn.
Oh.
You see that this thing is pretty pissed at Madras. I think it's going to go ahead and move away from UC Bog. Go ahead and roll an opportunity attack if you'd like to do one. And then it's going to move up toward Madras, which it can get within range of you because you're 30 feet. And then it's going to do some attacks on you.
That's gonna be a 17 to hit.
17 just hits.
Yeah.
So
Dirty.
I do have Sentinel, and for those who don't know what Sentinel does,
I like Sentinel.
stops its movement if I hit it on a
Reaction.
reaction,
Hit. Nice.
and I deal 12 damage.
Awesome. So you deal some damage. It obviously did not know that you had Sentinel, nor did I. Or I forgot. That's good. We didn't know.
Got him.
We did it, gang.
We did
You see
it.
this thing like kind of like hauls back. You wield your staff and just kind of like
Club at his feet.
Yeah, you basically put it like straight in the ground, just like stop its foot from moving. It like cackles in like a heinous kind of in pained rage, turns back around with its 4 heads, the one still flopping on the ground, and then it's going to make attacks. It is going to make 4 attacks, 1 for each surviving head. The first one was a 20 not nat to hit. Second one was a nat 1 that's going to miss. Next one was another 20 not nat. And then the last one was a 27 to hit.
God damn.
So
Three
that
of those
is
He actually got hit.
was that?
He got hit.
You got hit with 3 attacks. That's going to be 30
3
damage.
times. Oh yeah, we're great.
So he just starts like clawing at you and making attacks. And you making these bites with this these heads as they go through. At the end of its turn, you see the head that was kind of on the ground. You just see it start to kind of like almost like it's going to like throw up. Like it kind of like heaves a little bit, and then the head just detaches from the body and just in this like gross goo on the ground as it like bleeds out. And you see 2 heads rip out of the neck where it came from. Now this Hydra with 6 heads total sits in front of you. And it also, give me an insight check, the 3 of you guys.
I was really hoping my
Hercules.
blunt.
It's a Hydra, yeah.
I was really hoping my blunt object wouldn't rip a head off.
Just if the head dies.
I
Yeah.
got a 15.
Sorry, you got an 11?
Yes.
Okay,
I'm
15? What do you get, Seabug?
sorry. What am I looking for?
Insight.
23. Yeah. Stone.
Mattress and Seabog, you guys realize, like, as it grows its 2 new heads, you see it seems to kind of regenerate a little bit. It's still, like, it's not, like, up to, like, full health. It still looks a little, like, battered, but it's definitely gone up a tiny bit in health. As it...
It's my turn.
it kind of yields itself back. Lacey, that is your turn. You just got this advice from Seabog to go to the town square, either help out with the fight or chase after some rogue folks running away. What would you like to do?
I'm just gonna start running towards the center of town. I
Awesome.
see explosion and I'm like, yeah.
Solid. Okay, cool. It's been so long since Lacey's been in combat.
It's been so long.
Cool. All right, I'm gonna say you're about like. You gotta be like about 200 feet away.
Oh,
So would you like to use dash actions?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's 50 feet total.
50 feet total? Okay,
Yeah, because I
cool.
only have a 25 speed.
Gotcha.
But as my action.
Well, that will be your action.
Dashing
Unless
is
you
a
want to do
dash
something else.
action.
Hold
You
on,
totally can do.
wait a minute. Wait.
You most certainly can do something else. I'd like to know my camera is blurry. There we go. All this, I keep trying to make the studio better.
Yeah, no, I'm just gonna dash.
Okay, what you're done.
So you dash 50 feet. That will be Seabog, your turn, and Magus, you're on deck. The Hydra grins at you.
Can I
All 6?
All 6 are grinning at you.
can I try to learn more about this Hydra? See if I know anything or know anything about this Hydra.
I will let you do. I'll let you do an insight check. What do you specifically are you kind of looking for? You can do an insight or a history. Yeah.
I mean, okay. I was trying to see if I could. I feel like the thing that I'm looking for is more of a history, even though it's worse. And it's because I'm trying to figure out what I know about these creatures. It's a thing that just lost a head and grew back another one.
So you can do you can do a history into like Hydras. Try to just understand, like try to remember more about them. See if you've ever heard of them before.
I definitely
Beautiful.
know about.
Is it that 20?
I'm rolling this
shit.
shit right
Okay.
now.
That 20, you remember in your head back to the days of a young turtle in the monastery, and you remember a storybook being read to you by Kairos. And he goes, Oshiba, time for sleep. I'll tell you a story of the Hydra. And he tells you this like a story where you remember all this detail. You have this like nice kind of moment where you remember like your father figure telling you the story as you go to bed. But you remember, more importantly, that this Hydra obviously has it can be killed, but every time a head dies, eventually it can regrow into 2 heads, and that it does regenerate some health. You do know that if all the heads were dead, it could be killed. But essentially, you know, you also know from your interaction right here, it doesn't regrow immediately. It seems to, meta-wise, regrow at the end of its turn. You also remember that a Hydra can hold its breath for 1 hour.
Yes. Whoa.
How interesting.
Cool. So don't try to drown it.
Per head.
Gotcha.
Holy fuck.
This has been D&D
Busted.
Random Facts.
Hydras can
And that's
snorkel
where we
by
end
keeping
our session.
One head above water, breathing for the other
But you have
four
to act,
heads.
because you have that session, you have to act quick. Because you're basically just like had a little moment where you doze off there. So make your moves very, very quick.
Okay, so
And then Madras, you're on deck. I don't know if I mentioned that.
I'm going
You're on
to. I'm
What?
gonna 3 swings, 3
what?
heads.
Cool. Get 3 nat 20s, I dare you.
That'd be insane.
Oh my god, it's an
Oh my god, it's a 2.
close.
It really was.
It wobbled
I gotta
for
make
a
some
second.
adjustments here. 5 other Hydras appear.
Fuck. Okay.
5 other Hydras round the corner, minding their own business. They and they jump into battle.
Oh shit. Our Hydra populations. We're so marginalized.
Brother?
Okay,
They're
that's
in the worst
another miss.
We're sick of this redlining.
Keep blowing shit up over
I want
here.
to grapple it.
You want to try to grapple it? Okay, cool.
Yeah,
Make
instead
an
of my third-
opposed
my-
strength.
Strength
It's only an 11 for it.
21.
Hell yeah, you're able to grapple it. It is unable to move, but it's still going to be able to attack you.
Yes.
Anything else you'd like to do? Bonus action or anything?
Call out that we need to destroy. We need to kill all the heads at once. To you two, because you. And the knights, the guards. I'll tell them as well.
Chop it off!
Cool. That is,
Madras.
yes.
Okay, well, Madras is going to take... We have guards here with us,
There are some guards, yeah, they're
but they're not actually...
They're like
Like, they're not in
They have a little bit of
initiative.
damage.
They're
The Hydra's not
there.
the Hydra's not even really paying attention to them.
Okay.
They're doing
Fodder.
a tiny bit of damage every turn.
So we have 6 heads, right?
6 heads right now.
If I attack one this turn, it would be useless because it would just sprout into 2 more because we can't kill all of them at the same, like within this one turn.
If you
Fights.
kill it. If you deal
And that is-
non-lethal damage.
Seabog. Seabog, you remembered a very important fact slightly
Yes.
later because your DM forgot. You remember that the Hydra is a very aquatic creature and it has vulnerabilities to fire.
Interesting.
You rolled a
Fireball!
nat 20 and I didn't tell him everything.
Fireball me!
Fireball you! Ah!
Well,
I mean, the explosion's gonna hit the whole.
Fireball
Do we
me!
have-
Fireball me now! Fireball me money
please,
now!
money, please.
Money
Money
me,
me,
money
please.
me.
Alright, what do
Money
you do,
needing
Madras?
a lot, please.
Time's running out.
If I continuously hit the body, it's still gonna do damage. It would still go down via the body.
If you want to make an insight check, you can.
I'm gonna make an insight check.
You can.
Thank you.
My
It's a 10.
doesn't tell me that.
What's your insight modifier?
My net
0.
20 doesn't
You
tell
may
me
you
that.
may have learned that, but you didn't tell anything to her.
I don't know if I learned that because I wouldn't know, Mr. DM.
What did you say you rolled?
What'd you roll?
10.
Okay. You're not exactly sure.
Can I...
Seabog, you know that it does have, as your DM stated, overall HP. But if a head dies, it will regrow into 2.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, so cool. I'm just gonna hit the body again. I don't think it's possible for me to...
It would make sense for you to type the body anyways, with,
Right.
with how it's looking.
Okay.
I'm like, regardless of that knowledge or not.
That's a 23 to hit.
That definitely hits.
Okay, cool. Am I sneak attack a bit? You are in range. Yes. 8 damage first, right? And now at this time, it does look a lot better than the last one. 8, 11, 15, 20 damage.
Hell yeah.
So 28 in general.
28 in general?
In total.
Okay. I am going to, because I realized that I misread something here because this session is going super well. What you learned, Seabog, on my third try here is that damage overall, impact damage, like total damage in like a round, essentially just meta-wise, you realize that that is what can illustrate if a head dies. So it's not really about attacking a head or a body. I told you the wrong thing in the beginning.
Okay.
But essentially, what happens is that if it takes enough damage, a head will eventually die.
Interesting.
And then it will grow back. So if you want to do something different, Magus, you definitely can.
No.
But yeah, sorry.
There's no point.
No, that's okay.
Yeah, targeting a head.
Dang, that
makes no
changes
difference.
things.
Yeah. I'm like,
Okay.
I'm really good at this. Amateurs Guild, baby. We called our shot.
We did it, guys.
I mean, yeah. I guess at that point it doesn't matter. Just
Then, yeah, we don't
Okay,
do shit.
so I got
Fuck it up.
I got the total damage in there. Okay, cool. So it is looking. You guys have done a substantial amount of damage to it. It's still very much alive and relatively healthy.
Kicking.
But you've done a good chunk to it. Palescales, that will be you. You're in the mix now. You heard Seabog yell fireball.
Okay. So just to clarify,
And also Pitbull is there.
dude.
It's a worldwide.
That
Nah, he's the Hydra.
He's one of the guards.
It's the Hydra
One of
heads.
the guards.
Fireball.
One of the guards just
Fireball, Mr. Worldwide. Please don't copyright us right now. Please don't copyright us.
It's fine.
Please, Universal.
people who love your music, please don't do this.
So if we do
I took a music copyright class. I'm good.
yeah, it's
one
fair use.
time.
It's fair use.
You can do it. Yeah, you just can't use too much of it.
If we comment on it, also Pitbull, write better music.
Now they'll sue us out of spite.
Fighting
It's fun,
words, dude.
but that's about it. Anyway,
The Hydra looks offended.
is it like we deal a set amount of damage, one of the heads dies?
One of the heads is Pitbull. Turns around, it's got sunglasses on.
Yeah, I was just saying, like one's like Fireball, Mr.
It's
Worldwide.
fucking bald.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
It's got the sunglasses grow out of the flesh.
What would you like to do, Palescales?
yeah.
So, did we cover that hitting the body and hitting the head, there's no functional difference?
No difference.
Yeah.
So, my question is, this is a little metagamey. Does hitting multiple heads at the same time deal multiplicative damage? So there's like AoE is essentially just single target.
Exactly.
Got it.
It's one entity. I give you all a red herring at the beginning.
Yeah, you fucked this up, dude.
I just
I
read this one part and then I read it again. I was like, ooh.
Wait.
Oopsie.
Oopsie.
so to metagame, should I try to hurt it or incapacitate it?
Word.
Ooh.
Just hit it with a fireball.
Yeah, do a fireball.
I said fireball.
I would fireball it normally.
You didn't hurt, did you?
You got.
You son of a
Motherfucker,
bitch!
how do you not have fireball?
Palescales, you have 10 seconds.
Scales.
I've learned
Burn
a
it!
lot of other spells.
Burn it!
I will burn it. I hold up my gauntlet and I cast Immolation. At 5th level.
At 5th level.
It has to succeed a dexterity saving throw of 17.
Gets an 8, fails.
Okay. That is going to be slightly problematic for Mr. Pipple. It's going to take 8d6 of fire damage on a failed save.
Okay. And then what else conditions so I can get that in there? And then guards are on deck.
I hope they deal the final blow.
On a failed save, the target also burns for the spell's duration. It is a concentration spell of 1 minute. The burning target sheds bright light in a 30-foot radius and dim light for an additional 30 feet. Not relevant. At the end of each of its turns, the target can repeat the saving throw. It takes another 4d6 of fire damage on a failed save, and the spell ends on a successful one. These magical flames cannot be extinguished by non-magical means.
Sweet.
Whoa.
6, 12, 17, 20, 21, 24, 27, 29. 29 fire damage.
Awesome. Okay, cool. You see, this thing just starts to shriek as it burns from the fire damage. It kind of like sits there, and as you see, like a head, it just kind of like perishes and like falls on the ground as it takes some damage. You said 29?
29 fire damage.
Awesome. It took a solid amount of damage. It's looking hurt. It's still quite okay, relatively speaking. Anything else?
If you're cool with it...
I'm not.
Fuck, okay, then I'm done.
Cool.
Um,
The guards go.
I would like to... I would like to spend... I'm okay, actually. I'm good.
Okay. The guards go ahead and do a little bit of damage. I already calculated that. That will be back up to the Hydra. The Hydra doesn't really have any options. Seabog is holding it. So it is going to make 5 attacks, because it lost a head, on...
Didn't it lose one with mattresses too? Or was I...
Oh, good point. Yep, 4. Great point.
gotta lose one.
So it lost one with him. It lost one with me.
Yep.
Cool.
You guys basically, when it takes a certain amount of damage, a damage
It's gonna-
threshold,
head
then it
dies.
loses a head.
Yep.
It is going to make 4 attacks on Seabog. That is going to be a 21, a 19. That one misses, and then that one misses again. So only one hit, right? You guys notice that because it's taken fire damage, it does not regenerate the head. That had died now. So that will be the guards did their damage. That is back up to.
Lacey?
Must be Lacey. Yeah, because
Yeah,
I
it's
just
Lacey.
thank you.
Yeah, so now so you said I was 100.
50 feet away. Do you want to do another dash?
Yeah, do I hear or see any?
I'll say you're out.
hooligans?
I'll say you're like outside now with 50 feet of movement, and so you can see like smoke down the way. You're not like super far away. You're like 150 feet away, so you
Yeah.
could like you could visibly see like commotion. You
Yeah.
definitely see the Hydra. The Hydra's massive.
No, yeah, I'm gonna keep running towards her, but do I? Because I ran 50 feet last time, so I'm 100 feet away. So
150 feet away.
right, but I ran 50 feet last.
You started off at 200. Did you have?
I
two
started off
turns?
at 200.
Yeah, you started-
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't realize.
Okay, I'm losing
so
track of
another
turns
100
now.
feet. Do I see any hooligans running amok?
What do you mean by
With-
hooligans?
So you told me about the bad people.
I told him about the people
roll.
with
So roll
bags of
me a
potions.
d4 before you do. A 4 will mean that you're in the north side of the castle, which means that they will be running near you. 1 will be south side, east, west doesn't matter. What? South side! Okay,
Dang.
cool.
Gang, gang.
You do not see any hooligans running. All you see is
Alright.
a Hydra, some smoke, and some baddies.
I'm just gonna keep running the whole time Lacey's running.
The
She's just like
baddies.
legs. Legs.
Come on, legs! Get it together! Okay, that will be Seabog, and then Madras, you're on deck.
Together, it's gonna
She killed the head and it still didn't grow back because of the fire damage. So that makes me feel quite good. I'm gonna swing at it. I don't got anything else to do. He's not gonna talk to me and he wants to be mean.
Maybe I'll consider talking.
Will you?
The head with glasses looks at you like,
Roll deception against Seabog.
I take the glasses because he is bright while up on my face, and I'm
give
just
me,
gonna.
give me opposed strength.
Oh.
Are you serious?
Do you want to take the glasses?
Mr. Worldwide.
Yo.
Kinda. I did roll a 17 before this whole thing started as the attack.
That's for
Do you want me to
combat,
roll?
right?
Yeah, that
This
was
is for lore.
Okay.
You can roll it. You can roll it.
No, it's okay, it's okay.
Flavors, man. Flavor's always the key.
Ooh, even better.
I try to speed up
21.
combat, and I pull this shit.
21.
You steal the fake non-existent sunglasses from him.
You just hear.
You get
You
plus
just
1 to
hear
all rolls
the
you miss.
Who in the background.
Wait, which song?
Come on, CSI.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought so, but I wanted to make sure. I didn't want to assume.
You have plus 1 to all rolls you miss.
It's all rolls like.
Yeah. It's really OP magic. item.
Anyway, go ahead and make your attacks.
It's called
You can
Mr.
still use that
World.
17 if
That
you
first one was a 17. It becomes
It's gonna
numbers.
hit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Becomes numbers.
Numbers.
Oh, that one might not. That's a 12. For the second hit.
12 does not hit.
Yeah. Damn it, that 20 so close. That's a 23.
That hits.
Okay, we're gonna
Roll the
One
damage.
was a
You just start.
staff.
You're like holding it, and you're just like smacking the shit out of
What
it.
is a staff? Thunder damage doesn't do anything to it, correct?
No.
I don't think so. I'm like, 6, 7. The first one's 12. The second one is 10.
10 damage, so 22 total.
Yes.
Awesome. Okay. It's getting hurt. It's getting pretty solid hurt. It had a lot of health, but
Damage.
you guys are doing some solid damage to it. It's 3 on 1 right now. I guess 4 when you think about a guard. That is going to be Madras. Your turn. Yes, and then Palescales, you're on deck.
Yeah, I'm gonna just attack it.
Solid.
That's fuck you, dude. That's a 28 to hit.
Definitely hits.
Yep.
I had to die.
8 damage.
How much damage did you do it? No. How much damage? 8, and then we have your sneak attack.
Yep.
Keep sneaking, keep attacking.
Okay, finally we got some 6s in here, along with some 1s.
Those are actually,
Great.
those are all d6s
11.
actually.
Shut the fuck up. 17 plus 8. What is that? 25.
No. Yeah.
25.
Cool. You see another head drops. Has 3 heads remaining. That will be Palescales.
Keep burning!
He's just running like, I want some action. I want combat. Don't kill it before I get there.
It will kill me.
Guys,
I'm willing to take that chance.
Oh my god.
I died once.
The least you
Oh,
guys
you know
can
what?
do
You're
is
right.
die for me.
You're right. I let it go. I tell everyone to stand back. We're waiting on Lacey. Stand back.
Everyone.
I tell the Hydra, can you just sit right here for us?
Just like chill for a moment.
Lacey's movement.
Lacey's on the way.
You can
She's a little
even
short.
attack us once or twice. Just once or twice. Just
We
like
better
don't-
clean this up before she gets here and risks dying a second time.
Oh,
fuck
I
damn!
don't think it's her fault. I'm paranoid.
Damn.
So knowing she's on the way, we're gonna speed this up.
I'm gonna use sorcery points to convert 7 sorcery points into a 5th level spell slot as a bonus action, so I can cast Immolate a second time.
Solid. Was that to roll again?
Dexterity 17.
That is a 16.
Ooh, that's a fail.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Very dexterous.
Riggedy
Believe it or not, having 5 heads in one body does not make you very dexterous.
Doesn't it actually? Doesn't it have like disadvantage on top of that because I'm holding it?
Listen.
I don't.
All 6s.
No.
Oh my
Not
god, it's
based off this
mostly
thing.
6s.
You know what? You're right.
6,
I thought there was
12,
I don't know what it is.
Maybe.
18. 24.
Holy.
27, 32,
Head falls off.
33.
33,
37 damage.
35.
What?
Or no, I'm sorry,
33,
37.
30.
37. You're right.
Hello?
You fucked me up. You took
It's
me
looking
out.
pretty hurt.
Yeah. 37 damage. I'm out of actions.
Cool. It's looking very hurt. You see, it's like trying to kind of look around with its 2 heads, kind of panicked, as it kind of like wriggles around. Guards do a little bit of damage, not much, but hey, you know what? It adds up a little bit.
Hey,
And then that
every
is
bit
going
counts.
to be the Hydra. The Hydra is going to try and break out of your grapple.
No.
Can't do that.
You can't do that to Dad.
That is a 23.
It's free.
Is that action? I think it is.
That is
To
an
get out of
action.
grapple, yeah.
It's
Okay. Solid. It's going to use. It's so stupid.
what's it gonna use?
I swear to God.
What's it gonna use?
No, he's laughing because it's going to try to get away,
Yeah,
and then he's just
yeah.
going to stop it if he
Yeah.
can. It is going to try and run away. But it's going to try to run away to the north if you can.
You know, I'm shit talking it, but I'm about to roll a 1 here.
Go ahead and roll your attack.
Oh, baby.
Nice.
You're not done with me yet.
The Hydra just look around. You see the one with the guy had the sunglasses just goes, "Let me go. Just roll by. Just get out of here." This isn't funny anymore. This isn't funny.
Yeah, I stabbed down. Let's see how much I'm gonna do. I stabbed down my staff on its foot and try to. I mean, aesthetically try to pierce it so it can't keep moving.
Yeah.
10. I do try to do solid damage.
Crushing it.
You said 10?
Yes.
It's looking pretty hurt, and even more panicked. That is going to be Lacey's turn. Lacey, how far away are you?
Catch up.
You're 100 feet
Catch
away
up.
now, and you can run more, and then you may be in range. It is in line of sight.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm gonna.
Come in for the win.
Do it.
I'm here.
Steal a kill.
I'm gonna wild shape into a tiger,
Holy shit.
Ooh, okay.
and so I still have my movement, and then I
Wild shape.
yeah.
Wild shape before, and then you use your movement.
Yeah.
As a tiger.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
So 40 feet.
Oh yes.
I'm gonna get there, dude.
That is going to be
I'm coming, guys.
That is going to be.
You can't talk. You're a tiger.
Now you're 60 feet away.
Yeah.
You're 60 feet away.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. You're just running. Awesome. That is going to
You
be.
could have been 50 feet away.
Seabog, that is going to be your turn.
Does it look bloody or? Yeah, it's pretty scared. I'm not even gonna worry about it right now. I'm just swinging at
Yeah,
this
just beat
thing.
on it.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Wait, damn.
Did the Hydra take a turn?
It did, yeah.
it
You
do it,
tried
try
to
to escape.
ungrapple itself.
Did it do its dexterity saving throw for like?
Oh, that's right.
16 again.
Nope.
Doesn't pass.
So
How much damage did it take?
I think that's another 4d6 of fire. Yeah. One,
Yo,
two,
what?
four.
Be real.
God damn, you threw that one.
Still spinning.
That's crazy.
Damn.
4 plus 6 is 10.
That's very hurt. Very hurt.
Okay. Well,
You're a monster.
my first attack was a miss.
I do that every
on.
fucking turn.
Come on.
It is also a
You just gotta get through
concentration.
everyone's turn.
That's a 19. That's a 19, and that's an 18 on the die.
The last two hit.
Yes.
Nice.
Not looking good.
First attack is 12. I really like rolling 12.
You see, you land this attack, and it looks like very hurt, and it just looks at you and just says, "Wait, stop! If you let me live, I'll tell you anything you need to know."
I'm
As he
gonna
tries to
deal.
like wriggle free.
I'm gonna deal
now.
I'm gonna deal non-lethal damage for. Ooh, let's keep burning it. Fuck.
Are you breathing tiger? Yeah. Fuck.
You have.
Go Dragonborn Druid. Use your breath weapon in wild shape as a dragon.
You burned
that'd
it,
be
so it's not gonna
so
gain
hype.
anything this turn.
Pulls pissed already. Unless I'm gonna do it. Might not be.
I didn't really know how this guy was gonna.
Tell me everything you know now.
What?
Tell me everything you know now, or I kill you.
He looks around and says, only if you promise not to kill me at all.
Depends on how good your answers are.
He just looks around, looks panicked. He looks at you and says, what do you want to know? I was here to kill the 4 of you. I was sent by the alchemists. What else could you need to know?
Who are the alchemists?
The alchemist is in charge of the Circle of Fire now.
Okay. Where are your friends going? Accomplices. I don't care if they're friends or not.
They've gone back to our hideout.
Where?
It's gonna be north of here.
North where?
It's many miles away. It's hidden. It's a hideout.
But you know where it is. I don't. That's hence hideout.
If you let me live, I will take you there.
Will you?
If you want, you can roll an insight.
Can I hear this, or is this all
11?
telepathic?
No, you can hear it.
11.
You can't really tell.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Okay, so Mattress is going to yell to Seabog from across the way. Do not listen to it. We can find it ourselves.
Don't listen to her. I'm super cool.
Shut up!
I could be a best friend.
hell
Having
no.
a Hydra in your
Stay
party?
quiet.
It's pretty sick.
I'd
How
like
come?
knock an
It's pretty
arrow
sick.
and point it
Don't let her
straight.
kill me. Don't let her. It'd be so sick.
I won't let her kill you.
He looks around. Wait. It's good now.
Oh, no, I already hit the third attack. That was.
How much
oh,
damage?
It's 7.
So high.
Are you
Smack it
kidding?
in the face. It's down to 1.
I spent a key point to do necrotic damage, another D6.
You're kidding, really?
It might
gotta
not
get him.
kill it. It
Get a
might not
one.
kill it.
Get a
It's just
one.
1d6 of damage.
It's just another D6 of
You
damage.
might not kill it.
Oh,
Get
baby,
a
we're
one.
doing
We're
this.
gonna-
6.
Oh.
Dead.
Ah!
Fuck you!
Tell me how you want to kill it.
I'm actually really mad that I pulled that and didn't do anything, so I just grab its face and it just starts eroding in my hand.
It just goes, please stop, let me die, don't let me die, and it just slowly stops wriggling and very slowly dies. You feel bad about this.
Oh, I don't.
Maybe you don't.
I'm just trying to tell you how your
just
character
remember,
feels.
You just remember as a kid, like as all kids do, you know, like you're playing with like your friends and stuff, and you're like stepping on ants and stuff, and Kairos would be like, Sheba, don't step on ants.
That's not where this is going. I am not that little kid with
like-
a magnifying glass.
You come to. I am immolating the corpse. I'm like, that was metal. I'm gonna burn the rest of that.
Oh,
You
Burn it.
necrotic this
the
thing to
fuck?
death. You necrot it to death. As it just kind of erodes, and this giant Hydra just kind of collapses lifeless in the street corner.
It doesn't turn back into a human.
Ooh.
So maybe the
can I
human
search
was not its natural
body
form.
for the vial that I saw it drink?
You can definitely. So we're basically out of combat now. Lacey, you're able to kind of make it up there in your tiger form. You guys don't know it's necessarily Lacey. I guess
That's Lacey.
it's probably.
It's running up to us like it's.
Yeah. If you guys
That's a
wanna
new dog.
If you guys want to do like investigation checks, you can kind of see. You guys know that like as it transformed, it kind of like ripped its clothes and stuff. It's not like it has its stuff still on it.
Does it have pockets?
Besides the sunglasses.
Where
That
are
I'm
the
wearing.
clothes?
They just kind of ripped and like scattered, kind of like where nearby.
So in my tiger form, I'm gonna smell the clothes. I'm gonna get the smell
Yeah.
of the guys.
Of the.
I don't think
oh, okay.
Yeah.
next
Yeah.
to the toilet.
I know, swear to God.
Yeah. Give me.
Hunter baby.
I don't even know what that would be. I'll let you do. What's your character sheet?
Why do you hate me?
I don't care about the numbers.
What's your
I just
worst
need to know the actual like skills. I don't know the skills off the top
Lowest
of my head.
modifier.
So, so in the stat block for a tiger, it does mention like keen sense of smell,
Oh, yeah.
perception.
Perception. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Awesome. That sounds good. That's all I was trying to do is figure out which skill to put it
Which
under.
one sucks?
What's your smell rating? Yeah.
Yeah, I have a +5 to smell.
That's 18.
Okay. Lacey, you kind of whiff the smell, and you think you got it, but there's also a lot of smells going on. You have a burning corpse near you, a necrotized head. You have smoke and ash and debris everywhere. You think if you started running off to the north, maybe you might be able to find them. They were darting full speed. You don't know if maybe they got to the edge of the city. Maybe they didn't.
Who
You're not
wants
sure.
to get on my back? Someone get on my back!
That's really awkward. I fly up.
No one's moving forward,
How
so
large are you?
You can't get on my back.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm like, I don't think Seabug can.
Yeah, just get on my back!
Nadris is gonna move forward.
Hell yeah!
Very gracefully hop on
Side
Lacey.
saddle.
No, I was literally about to say she's like side saddle. She's like sitting like this the entire time.
I just start running towards the north area.
Okay, so you start into the north. What does everybody else want to do? You fly up in the air, Palescales?
Lacey never lets me ride her animal things. Never get to sit on the
All right, Madras and
You can
Seabog, what are you guys
fly.
doing?
She's
I'm on her
riding.
back.
Oh, you're riding?
She's
No, she's
I'm
riding.
riding.
I can't.
What do you
He's
do?
like rolling.
I want to actually want to make sure people are okay around here.
Okay, fair enough. So the two of you guys start darting off. Palescales, you're just kind of hovering in the air. Do you want to fly in the same direction?
I shout out, I'll catch up.
I actually want to investigate the Hydra corpse. And kind of gross. I want to stick my gauntlet in one of the neck holes. Is that possible?
Yes, we'll get to this all in a
Yeah,
second.
I feel like that will have
remind me
consequences.
Remind me how gross that is.
Yeah. Yes.
That will be okay. So you guys start running. What is your speed again? Movement
40.
speed? 40. Cool. But you can use a dash.
Yeah,
Dash
I'm going
now.
80 now. Yeah,
What was that?
I'm going 80 feet.
80. I thought you said 180. I was like, wait.
Whoa.
but hold on.
Crazy.
Okay, awesome. I'm going to keep initiative order essentially, and then I'm going to roll for these guys who are not in it. Wow, not great. Okay. It's going to be that.
Getting
Okay,
attacked.
so they have a movement speed of 30.
Oh,
so
fuck
you
yeah.
have 80, but they have some distance that they've already traveled. Obviously,
Right.
they're essentially dashing
They've
full
been
speed as well.
hauling ass.
So I'm gonna say they're 180 feet away,
Okay.
and you guys are running at 80. So after essentially just, I'm assuming you guys just want to do 2 turns of straight up running. Imagine you basically have 2 turns where you can just do an action if you want, but the bad guys are not in range yet. So like a
Can
buff
she
thing or
see
anything.
them?
If you have it, if not, you can just ride.
Can she see them on round after the first round?
I didn't buy any potions or anything that I could put like imbued arrows. I don't think I have a buff to use.
You have your strength modifier.
No, but that's still like Oh.
It's just something that while you're riding, if you want to be able to do something, you can.
Can
'cause you
I
can't
ask
see
a
the
question
guys yet.
about the strength modifier thing?
Sure. Yeah, the ability?
Yeah, just like clarifying, making sure I understand. Is this a buff for my allies, or do I shoot this at enemies and then it gives them disadvantage? Like, I don't know why I think it would. Does it give them disadvantage if I shoot it at enemies? No. So I just shoot it at allies.
You found a way to infuse arrows with a potion, and the one that you've been able to do so far,
Yeah.
the only one that you know how to do right now, is just one that buffs your allies, because it's specifically the advantages that they would need to fight any Illithids. Or mind flayers.
Got it. Okay, I'm gonna chill.
Okay, cool. So you guys run up. I'm gonna say it takes about 3. Well, no, it would take about 3 turns, right? To catch up to
On the final turn though, I'm going to knock an arrow.
Yeah, definitely.
Be ready
Okay,
to
awesome.
go.
So we're gonna basically keep initiative order. You guys start to make distance. Lacey, at the end of your your dash action, they're in range. I don't remember the math exactly, but I'm gonna say they're about 30 feet away. As you guys just see these 3 figures with bags kind of running in the opposite direction, look to be just trying to get to the edge of the city as fast as possible. You see they look back and they go, "Oh fuck, man! Oh fuck! They're tailing us, man!" They're hauling ass. Lacey, that's going to be the end of your turn. Madras, your turn begins. You're 30 feet away, on top of Lacey. They're definitely within range, 30 feet. What would you like to do? They're just 3 humanoids running with bags.
I'm gonna shoot at the head of.
Okay, awesome. Go ahead and make a.
Get fucked. Please no.
It wasn't an at 20. It was a 21 though.
That definitely hits. Go ahead and do your damage.
My damage. No one's within 5 feet, so no sneak attack this time. Correct.
You guys were not sneaky about that at all.
Yeah, but
I don't
like.
care.
No.
I
yeah.
ain't always a sneaky boy. I'm always going sneaky.
You're neither sneaky nor a boy in this context. Little
8
Jeffy.
damage.
8 damage. Okay, cool. One of them's gonna take some damage. They're not super strong. You see, one of them just kind of falls on the ground and is running and tries to get back up. Very, very hurt. That will be the 3 of them. They're going to. I guess the 2 are going to keep running full speed, so they're going to make 60 feet of distance, kind of going the other way. I'm going to say, I'm going to roll this guy and just kind of see how far away they would be from the wall before we can scale it. So they're about 60 feet after this turn away from the wall. So they're going to run. The 2 of them at full health, they're going to keep running, so they get 60 feet. They're 60 feet away from a massive wall on the edge of room. That was going to be the one that fell to the ground, had to take a lot of time to get back up, so he's running, so he's behind. You guys are definitely going to be able to catch up with your movement.
How far is that one away?
The closest one?
Yep.
He was 30 feet. He went probably another thing. He's 60 feet away.
Okay. It's my turn, right? I'm literally just going to move up, and then I'm gonna try and kind of position Madras and I in between, the 2 that are in front of us and the one that's sitting there.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna.
He's still running. He's just behind.
Right.
Yeah.
No, absolutely, but I'm just gonna fucking growl at him.
Okay, cool. So you basically just cut him off, and the other 2 gotta keep running. He goes, "Oh fuck, man!" He looks terrified.
But it's not even a tiger, it's just me.
This doesn't make any sense, but it's terrifying. Madras, this is you now. So you're right up in the mix now with this guy. You're kind of stopped him in his tracks. The other two are running the other way. You're in between them now. The one guy who you hit once, and then the two who are still at full health running. But Lacey has essentially cut him off, and
So I'm gonna try to hit the guys that are running the opposite direction right
okay.
now. What is that? Is that a 6 or a 9? That's a 9.
Yeah.
18 to hit.
18 definitely hits. Using the range.
That's 10 damage. Now Lacey's within 5 feet, though.
Not of the one that you're shooting.
Boo!
Next.
These rolls suck. This
How much
sucks.
damage was that again?
10 damage.
Okay, cool. You see one of them, like, kind of like, he gets him in the back of the thigh. He's just like an arrow straight through his thigh. He's just kind of like hopping along, trying to carry his bag, but he's like spilling. You see like ingredients, like herbs and stuff, kind of falling out of the bag as they're
Are
running.
there 2 of them? So there's another one that's still going
Yeah.
super strong.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they're kind of running. That will be back to the guy that you have cut off now is sitting there. He just stopped in his tracks. He's got an arrow like through his shoulder, blood everywhere. He's like panting. He's very close to death already. Not a very strong guy. He just sits there and just goes, drops the bag and just puts his hands up. I just sits there and goes, I don't, whatever you want to do, just don't kill me, please.
Right.
That would be,
Right.
The other two are going to keep running. They get to the wall, but they have to scale it. So they're just kind of like right about to start scaling the wall. But now they are another 60 feet away, so they're 90 feet away now at the wall.
They're 90 feet away from me.
Yeah. And then that will be Lacey, your turn.
Wait, because I was in between.
Yep. You cut them off, and then they were. I'm assuming you wanted to cut off and be right at the guy.
No,
that you stopped.
like in
you wanted to
between.
keep going. Okay, then they're
Yeah.
gonna be like 70 feet away.
Yes. Okay. Cool.
Got him!
Yeah.
Wrecked!
Dead. They're all dead. Instant death.
You
Lacey
asshole.
growls them to death.
AoE blight.
I'm gonna tell Madras, stay here, and then I'm just gonna bolt after
Cool.
them, and they're at the wall.
They're at the wall.
So I have 80 feet of movement, so I'm gonna try to just get right behind them.
You're at essentially
Yeah.
at them.
I'm just gonna
you're
put
5
my
feet away
paws
from them.
on.
Yeah. Awesome. That is going to
Right.
be Madras. Your turn. You have this guy right in front of you who's just surrendering with his hands up.
You've also got the 2 guys that are
That Lacey's
right
near,
there,
yeah.
so you would
Right
get
next.
the damage.
But they're
'Cause I'm in 5 feet.
you're within 5 feet, yes, but they are. You're probably still in range for your.
I
bow.
am. I have a 90-foot range for my
Yes. So then, yes, they're there.
Nice.
bow.
You could make a long shot. This guy's kind of sitting here with his hands up.
Pretty Lady Dream Team.
So what I would like to do is put my knee on the guy's neck real quick. I'm not going to apply too much pressure, but I want to make it so that he can't get up. Is that possible? Would that take an entire action?
Yeah, it's gonna essentially be grappling.
No, I don't want to do that
Yeah.
then.
Fuck him up. Not that guy.
No,
Fuck
because
up
I want
the walls.
to
But essentially, mechanically speaking, he just
He
held his
surrendered.
action to surrender.
Yeah.
So,
he's technically not a problem.
well,
I mean, as
he
far
held
as
his
we
action.
know.
So let's say if you decide to leave or pay attention to something else, there is the chance that he could fly.
That he
Now-
could fly.
Not fly. He would run.
But like he could, okay.
Okay.
What
Is he hard to catch up to? Probably not.
Where's the bag that he was holding? Lacey, do you
Just right
have
by
it?
his feet.
I'm gonna grab that.
Cool.
And then I'm going to aim an arrow at the farthest guy from me.
Cool. So you grab the bag and then you turn around and aim at a far guy from you. They're both equidistant. So go ahead, make an attack roll.
Oh, okay, cool. Nat 20.
Biggie
Now
crit.
this doesn't really matter too much. There was one guy who was kind of hurt, and there was one guy who was
Completely
not hurt
healthy.
At all.
Yeah, the healthy one I'm going
Cool.
for, actually.
Makes sense.
Big crit.
Big grit. Plus sneak attacks, too, because
Yeah,
he's right next to
I'm
me.
gonna tell you right now. If you want to
He's
kill him,
dead.
you're gonna be able to.
I'm gonna kill him.
Okay, cool.
How do you kill
It
this guy?
sends message.
It does send a message.
Sends message.
You can't let him get away with it.
Oh.
Cool, how do you want to kill him?
You know how I've been aiming at the head the entire time, but I've been hitting like the shoulder. I hit the thigh. You know what I mean? This one hits.
Yeah.
This one hits him in the head. In the head.
I'm just trying to save
It's
myself
in the
from trying
back.
to explain logical lore.
No, and that makes
wouldn't have
perfect-
killed them,
And it makes perfect sense because here we go, right? Like, so we're gonna go straight through the back of the head,
Cool.
right?
Yeah.
And he's gonna go down.
Yeah, so actually, I will say, the arrow goes through his head and lodges into the wall, so he actually doesn't go down.
He's
He's just
stuck.
stick on the wall. That's
He's
fine.
just dead on the wall.
I like that.
Blood splattered
just hit him.
everywhere.
Yeah,
You hear
yeah.
children
Yo.
screaming in the background.
With joy.
You're in a populated city. People are watching this.
Yikes.
Okay, that will now be the guy near you held his action. He's just gonna sprint into an alleyway. Now that you've turned the other way, so he's going to run just kind of down like a side street. Very very hurt. But he's gonna just use his full movement to try and do that. One guy's dead. The last guy is going to start to try and climb. I'm going to let you take an opportunity attack as he does that because he's technically getting out of range of you.
Oh, hell yeah.
You're gonna
Oh, sorry. I have to. Tiger stats.
Ah.
Tiger. That is a 17 hit.
Definitely hits.
Cool. That is 7 damage.
He's not dead, but he's like fucking mauled. You like get him in like the back and like the thigh and like bit him multiple times. He's
Yeah.
trying to climb up, but he's unable to as I throw my pencil. So he's gonna start to try and climb up this wall. I think his climbing speed is just essentially I think it's just half. Not super important though. He's gonna start climbing up this wall. It's a very tall wall. He's not gonna be able to get over it in one turn. That would be back to you, Madras. Oh, I'm sorry. Did you? Yeah, it was an opportunity attack. Go ahead. Your opportunity attacks are fucking me up, everyone.
Can I, like, jump up and try to claw him?
Definitely.
Fuck yeah!
Easily. You're a fucking tiger.
That is a 15.
Definitely hits.
Fuck yeah!
I'm gonna tell you right now, you're gonna kill him.
Are you killing him?
I just, yeah, I got,
Oh my
I got some
God.
damage.
Kill him
I literally just
No
go up
information.
and I grab him and I just calm down.
Oh my god.
You hear more kids screaming in the background. Your reputation
of
is
a
going down
body.
the drain quick, guys. They
They want from us.
well, just with the kids.
I am a kid, it's fun.
Okay.
To be fair, they didn't see Lacey do it. They
That's
saw
true.
a
They saw a
tiger
Yeah, they're
maul
just
them.
they're gonna be scared of tigers for the rest of their life.
Good.
And Madras.
As
Honestly,
they
they should be
Cool.
terrified of
You
tigers.
see, so this guy ran into the alleyways. You guys can both. We're kind of technically out of combat. Give me either or perception checks to see if you can find him.
Oh, you get advantage.
That is a 17.
Wow.
I got a 15.
Got 18.
Damn,
He's
bro.
going to hide somewhere in the alleyways, and you essentially lose him.
Did he come back towards us, or did he like?
He just went off to the side.
Peace out.
Yeah, he's not
Okay.
gonna go the same way he came. He wanted to
He
get off the
gone.
road, essentially. So he kind of disappears like into the commotion and all this shit. I mean, guards kind of like run up to aid you guys, which you don't need because your guard take care of it. We're gonna jump back to. Well, actually, before that, you guys have the bags. What would you like to do with the bags?
I'm gonna sift through mine.
Awesome. You sift through. And you expect to find like, money or diamonds or maybe like valuable weapons or something. Something that would actually, make sense here.
Just
But
more bags.
instead, what you find is flowers. These really strange, like purple flowers with like a really, really dark root. And give me, you guys can both do this, but you guys can give me nature checks.
Yeah, bro, you don't know. You don't know if you know.
16.
I got an 8.
I smell death.
Got an 8. Magic, you're kind of looking through this. It doesn't seem to be anything that you know of. Apologies, I have to You go through, and you recognize this as being something very astute in nature. This is a flower called Deathbell. Despite its name, there's nothing hazardous about it. All that you know is that this flower is very rare and can only be found in like very dark, moist, swampy-like locations, and it's just an ingredient that you know a lot of people have trouble like finding. It's very, very rare, and apparently this herb shop that they stole this from, I guess you can kind of surmise that they're using it maybe for some kind of ingredient for something.
Just real quick.
Yeah.
Do I recognize it from... Does it smell like... Sorry. Do I recognize it from when I may or may not have started ecological genocide?
No.
God damn it, okay.
May or may not have.
Very maybe.
Very
So,
maybe.
Very maybe.
we flash back to Seabog and Palescales. You guys want to do some stuff.
I just wanted to make sure that people were okay around the area.
Okay. Palescales?
I want to see if my gauntlet remembers anything about this at least. So I want to touch the blood.
Okay.
I want to touch the bloodiest neck hole. Stuff my fucking gauntlet deep in there.
Yeah, Palescales, give me I'll let you do an Arcana or an Intelligence.
It's
Or history.
turning kids
do
away
Arcana.
from
Yeah.
this event. I'm just like, hey guys,
16.
look at the turtle.
You go through this and you don't like know anything about this, but you also know that like the way that you discovered that your gauntlet has like a memory, it's not like it's like oh hey, I remembered this thing. It's like it essentially as it is around things, it remembers it being around other things. So like it's not like telling you, oh hey, I know this thing,
Right.
or anything that would communicate with you, but it's just something that like it would slowly over time possibly adapt if the right what's it called in alchemy? Not alchemy, in chemistry. If it has the
Position.
no, if it has the thing that triggers the reaction.
Oh,
Catalyst.
Catalyst. Yeah,
Yes.
catalyst.
You know that there needs to be some kind of a catalyst, similar to the God's Forge was a great catalyst for you, and helped to morph it. In addition to it being around that psionic kind of power after Mirgoth. But it doesn't like remember or tell you anything. That's like an ability that's very slow acting that also it more so morphs the gauntlet and you as a repercussion of that instead of like it knowing something, if that
Right.
makes sense.
Yeah, so does it resonate with it in any way?
Yeah.
Okay.
You also know that like you can surmise, you don't know exactly the origins of the gauntlet, but like it's pretty safe to say that it doesn't feel like, because it's so a part of you now, it would be very surprising for you if that gauntlet ever was anywhere else. Like, you know, and would have had a memory from anybody else. Like, it feels like you are the sole owner of it.
Mm-hmm.
And like it was kind of like made for you.
Okay.
You know? Cool. You guys see Bjorn kind of like, you know, eventually makes a scene. You see like royal guards kind of like populate the area, start to help you. Seabog kind of like move civilians away, help to like try to put out the fire, and just kind of help around. You see he comes up to you both. And he just starts like, is like flustered and aggressive. Comes up to you guys, not yelling at you, so yelling at the guards, and he just says, "What has happened here? Why wasn't I informed that there were enemies at our gates?" And a guard comes up to him and just says, "Sir, there were no enemies at the gates. We had no idea what was happening. This monster appeared out of nowhere." And Bjorn just looks, you know, confused as the guards do. He looks over at you guys and says, "My friends, do you have any idea? Thank you, first of all, for killing this, but do you have any idea what happened?"
There was an explosion at, it was an herbalist shop.
Yeah.
There was an explosion at the herbalist shop, and when these four guys were escaping with, I'm assuming, ingredients from the shop, one saw me, smiled, and drank a white potion and became this, and said, "You're just in time," and then tried to kill me first because he only saw me up first.
He nods. You also do remember, you don't have to share this, of course, but you do remember that he said the alchemist is in charge.
That'll be information later.
Okay, alchemist sends his regards.
That. Yeah, I'll let him know that.
Okay, cool.
I was thinking about them being the new head of the Circle of Fire. I'm like, that'll be calm down information later. I'm
right. You see, he says to the alchemist, he says, unfortunately, I am familiar with that title. He just looks a little bit, a little confused, but more just kind of worried. And he nods, he says, well, it seems whatever potion this was is nothing I've ever heard of. Maybe some kind of new concoction by this alchemist. He puts a hand on both your shoulders, he says, I have no words to thank you for all that you continue to do for the city of Ruin, but hopefully my gratitude is enough in the short term. He kind of goes back, tells his guards what to do, kind of how they clean things up, and what their next actions would be. Kind of increases security and stuff. Worried about a secondary attack. He comes back up to you after a few minutes and just says, tomorrow. I was going to tell you about this very soon. Tomorrow we have a war council that is going to be very, very important and very time sensitive. If you and your companions, if Lacey and Madras, are able to make it, I would very much appreciate your wisdom. This is a very, very tenuous situation in Angea right now, and I can use all the insight I can get.
We would like to be there. Time permitting.
He nods and he says, thank you. He kind of goes off and just helps in any way he can. And you see the royal guards come in, really start just cleaning up and trying to do clean up this entire street corner as civilians are still just kind of steering clear, not knowing what the fuck's going on. You guys arrive back to the scene. You're not far from the townhome. Shit's kind of crazy right now. A lot of shops are closed down because they don't know what the fuck's happening. What would you guys like to do, if anything?
We have the other 2 bags, right?
Yes. Yeah, you guys return with the bags.
Are all of them at this flower?
Yes.
Okay.
Now, you have 2 of the 3 of the... You have 3 bags.
Yeah.
One was taken by each of them, and then the guy who became the Hydra gave one to his friends. But, one of them is still gone with the guy who got away.
No, but I took that from him, no? I grabbed that from him.
Yes, you have all 4 bags. I'm sorry. Yes, all of them are just filled with
the flower.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you guys kind of arrive back to the scene. Bjorn's already kind of gone back to the castle, but you have these flowers, and you meet up back with Palescales and Seabog.
Where did they try taking?
Just a flower.
Death bells.
Death bells.
There's some flower that are used in a lot of stuff. They're super rare. I wanted to use it on my stickers, but
They're so rare.
that's what I don't understand. There's got to be some secret spot that we don't know about.
Should we talk to the herbalist? Is
There
the
was
herbalist alive? I'm like, the herbalist alive? I'm like, wait, hold on. I'm
That
like,
huge ass.
I feel like I would have known.
News.
I'm like,
What are
You
you
stood
Your
engulfed
investigation,
in
you see a
flame.
charred remains.
Yike.
I feel like with my knowledge of the earth, I can figure some stuff out with this.
So we hand the bags over to Lacey.
she only needs.
Alright, so you guys, I guess, it is getting later in the day. Do you guys retire to your homestead?
Yeah.
Okay.
I tell them all I need to talk to them about something.
Tell them nothing.
We gotta talk, guys.
Yes, we do.
So, I'm gonna lead them all back into, back in there. So I'm gonna look at them and just say, I don't think we're safe here, and I can't say a lot right now. But when we need to go somewhere else. I'll tell you everything I know. But there's a lot of stuff I figured out when you guys were not here. And for the sake of anyone listening, this is just important for us.
I reach out to Lacey telepathically.
I can't.
Is there anything that you need to discuss in private that you can't say out loud right now?
And I send back a message to you and I say, it's about Bjorn, and there's too many people around here that I cannot trust.
Where should we go?
I am not part of this conversation. I can't.
Have you divulged your information about the Crown of Madness?
No.
Okay. I was gonna say we should head towards Nyx, but if you haven't told us that, then is there some sort of quest we can go on?
Shortly before the Hydra, I saw Arden.
It's just you two still?
Yeah, it's just us two.
Okay.
Okay.
And he told me about a magic artifact in the spine. I'm forgetting.
The mountains of Nyx, also commonly referred to as the Spine.
The spine of Angea.
So, maybe we head that way. Just the four of us. And when we're safe, I will talk to you guys.
Is it a go, I guess?
Yeah, I'm
Should
a
get
little
ready.
tired. You know? Yeah.
I telepathically talk to these two and say, I saw Arden shortly before the Hydra showed up in the city.
Audibly, I'm like, oh shit!
Yeah. See if I can imagine you just been sitting there, like, just looking over, like, or just hanging out in this,
Yeah,
your
I was like-
townhouse, like, just all four of you sitting in a room, and two of you looking at each other, speaking mentally.
Yeah.
Just be like, yeah. So
Yeah,
Can
like,
we
so-
tell if anyone's like creeping around?
You're inside your home,
Right.
which is a standalone residence. But if you want to do like a perception or an investigation, you definitely can.
I don't know that she doesn't feel safe, so.
I don't feel safe, so that's a 4.
I don't feel safe, so roll.
Yeah.
If you want to give like advantage or something, one of you guys can help the other one. And just you want to roll.
what is- what are you
I
looking
already
for?
rolled advantage.
Yeah, how's your
so I
investigation?
Oh, okay, gotcha. You just
Pretty sure
tiger in your house.
Pretty good.
A little bed.
I have a little bit
tiger
of-
bed.
She has a little cat bed, like,
It's way too small.
That's pretty good.
that's perfect.
Yeah.
We should do that.
What would you?
I'm gonna
Who else is
wait.
gonna do that?
I can
Robots.
investigate.
I guess I will.
Oh wait, if I do investigation, that's an 18.
Cool. That would you do?
I
You would
invest-
advantage if Palescales is like helping.
I'm
let's say.
helping.
Yeah.
You have advantage. Go
Roll,
ahead.
roll again.
I
Okay,
can't
nice,
help
nice.
anybody.
Okay, I got a 24.
Investigation, a dirty 20.
Okay, you guys all individually look around. After like an hour or two, you cannot find anything, and you're very sure that like you've searched thoroughly. It seems like you are completely safe to speak about whatever in here. There doesn't seem to be anybody watching
Okay.
or listening
Still don't
or
trust it.
smelling.
We need to go. What do we have? Do we have anything on our calendar?
Well, there's the crown
Yep.
that Arden told me about.
Do we have anything else coming up that?
Oh, tomorrow we were asked to be part of a war council meeting.
We need to go.
Before
we need
that?
to leave or we need to go.
We need to go to that. And we figure out what information we divulge to get us out of this city.
I feel like it's not a hard ask for us.
Right.
King.
But if Bjorn says no, I need you here. We need something to leverage.
Well, Bjorn needs to understand that we're not his subjects.
I mean,
We kind of are.
technically we are.
We're under his. He calls on us and we answer. If we stop answering, we're gonna look
might
suspicious.
Be problems. Okay. I think it is definitely smart to go. You're having issues trusting the king.
What if one of us doesn't go?
I told him time permitting, so if not all of us are there, it's not too suspicious, I would think.
Bjorn was the least of all who's backstory? Mine?
I just told him. I just asked him earlier today, actually. So he knows.
And at this point, you
A
haven't
lot of
revealed
my
your
reason.
mask to your companions.
No, we're kind of in a bind right now, so it's taking a second.
He knows about me what I know about me, which is jack shit. So, nothing.
Right. He knows about me too.
He doesn't know about.
He doesn't know about you.
I think I just say my family's in trouble.
If you don't trust him, how do you know that he doesn't already know that? Or that they're not? I mean,
I don't, but
lying
could
to
be
someone that
anything.
we don't trust is equally dangerous.
Family can be anything. It doesn't have to be actual blood. I mean, we're family.
I'm just nervous that if we're all in one room. I don't know. Or maybe it's not the smartest idea. For
Why
me.
don't we have... Wait, so, okay, sorry. Palescales knows... Palescales told us. We know about Artemis. We know about all of that. Okay, sorry. So, what if Palescales simply started out on a journey? And it's the three of us. We meet up with him after telling Bjorn that we need to go meet up with Palescales. He's already gone. We don't know what for. We're looking for him. He thinks we're going to be looking for Artemis when really we're looking for this crown.
I was gonna say, I mean, it's not technically lying too hard if we just tell him that we were told to go to the spine. I don't know if that's still too much information, but
We don't even need to tell him about the spine. We simply are looking for our friend. And it would be in his best interest, too, to find Palescales and bring him back. That's an undisclosed amount of time that we're out for. We don't know where he's gone.
It's as good as excuses get. to not
that's
be
what I'm
here.
like. I don't think we have any other
Plus,
leverage.
if shit goes down and you guys need healing, I have to be there.
Mm-hmm.
Healing. If shit goes real bad, tomorrow I'll be able to communicate with him wherever Palescales is.
And Palescales, you don't need to go farther than a day out. You can stay in a
he
low...
won't be able to go
Well,
farther
no,
than a day
well,
out.
yes, but you won't need to go very far. You don't even need to leave the confines of the city very far either. You can just wait for us.
We should definitely just leave.
Leave the city, for sure. Put yourself in a safe enough place where you're not being traced. Make sure you're not being traced, and then communicate with us and let us know where you are.
Aren't you the one who needs to leave?
She was just
You are the
thinking
alibi.
Maybe. She was thinking maybe her.
Just because he doesn't know as much about my backstory as anyone else.
But with what we're cooking up here,
You're spontaneous. You have the
You're-
desire to find Artemis, and you've told him that. If
you're
you
the
leave
more
on your
reasonable
own,
one to go.
that's not surprising.
Then I should go now.
Go
That's-
now.
That's what we're thinking.
We'll see you in a day.
Before he goes, I'm going to hand him a health potion that I still have. So you can add that to your stuff. And then I'm also, just for right now, I'm going to cast Pass Without a Trace on you.
Nice.
Okay.
Cool. I'll say that I don't know if you need it, Palescales, probably don't, but you definitely get a short rest out of this.
Beautiful.
You're not gonna get a long rest, but you definitely get a short rest. So okay, Palescales, you head out.
I'm not tiring anymore, by the way.
Awesome.
What? Absurd.
It may or may not matter. I don't want to set off alarms, but go ahead and because you are passing without trace, I'm assuming you want to sneak out. It's like nighttime now. You guys have definitely been hanging out for a couple hours.
You'd have to sneak out, dude.
Well,
You
would I
fly out?
would I know what the city gates look like?
Totally.
Yeah.
You guys have been living here for a year.
In and out.
Teleport, yeah, if you wanted to.
Yeah.
You could probably.
Am I 500 feet away from?
Probably not.
How far would the gates be?
So,
approximately?
like the main gates, it's a big city. So if you want to call out like the main doors that you guys came in from that day because you were returning returning from like a mission. That's gonna be pretty substantial, like distance away.
Where would be, I guess, since I've known it, like the nearest exit or nearest gate that's not there?
It's pretty tough. Like you guys got to like the edge of the wall, but there wasn't a gate there, so it'd probably be pretty far. But you can get at least halfway there.
And is there like a spot that I would be able to visualize that I know that's like halfway there? Okay.
Yeah.
I'd like to go to that spot with the dimension
Cool.
door.
Awesome. You're able to do that. You dimension door out of there. You disappear, and you're just kind of. It's nighttime. You're just kind of on like a street corner. I'll say that you strategically put yourself like in like an alleyway so that you wouldn't be seen. You kind of like tuck up your white beater and use it as a hood. You're not hiding at all.
Get the little strings.
You find the.
Cool. Do you
guy.
want to give me like a stealth roll just for your overall
Yeah,
exit?
sure.
Cool. And then you
Right
need to add a shit ton to it for pass without trace.
Yeah, you had plus 10.
So 29.
Hell yeah. Okay, cool. You take off, and you sneak your way out of the city. What would you guys like to do until I'm gonna rest for the day?
Just rest.
Okay, cool.
Oh, do you guys want to do something?
I mean, I just want to check it on my side. I feel like it's going on.
I'm gonna look to my companions and I'm going to say, like I said, I will talk to you guys about everything when I can. I want to go upstairs by myself in my room and I want to cast divination.
Cool.
And she's been doing this almost every single night, but she's gonna try and speak with Silenfer.
Cool. What's the language of divination again? I know you're just able to,
I got you.
but you're gonna have to roll for some stuff. I'm trying to figure
That's
out how
fine.
exactly.
Your magic and an offering put you in contact with a god or god's servants. You ask a single question concerning a specific goal, event, or activity to occur within 7 days. The DM offers a truthful reply. The reply, it might be a short phrase, a cryptic rhyme, or an omen.
Okay, you do this, and
Die immediately.
you hear nothing. Just total emptiness. You almost feel like you hear the background, the sounds of the ocean, and then you realize that's just your imagination.
Not even
Damn.
You're like, oh, I thought I was supposed to. I thought I was supposed to Palescales gauntlet for a second.
That's fucked up.
But yeah, absolute just
love the ocean.
absence of noise.
Okay.
So, does everyone want to rest for the night?
Yeah.
All right. Palescales, you're able to just kind of like essentially make camp, rest outside of the city walls, all that good stuff. The rest of you guys sleep, and then the next day, the sun rises. You kind of get up. You have a little bit of time to yourselves, and then you hear a knock at the door. Why you always look at me like that?
I answer.
I open.
Oh shit!
I
They
say.
knock at the dimension door.
Do
dimension
we have
open.
do we have little people?
I dimension
Yeah, you definitely
who's
have
there.
little people.
I look at the people.
You see
I ain't getting
a
murdered.
single like lowly guard standing there.
I'll open it.
Cool. Give me an insight for fun on this guard.
Oh,
This card doesn't crush.
he's just fan.
He's lost.
It's his first day.
What am I looking for? Insight. 16.
You look at this guy.
18 actually.
18. Sorry, 18.
You look at this guy and you can see like it's early in the morning. It's like cool outside, but you see like a bead of sweat kind of running down the side of his head. He's just kind of like, hello, Mr. Seabog, sir. I am here to let you know.
Relax, son.
Remind. Okay, I will relax. It's not every day you get to meet a bunch of heroes. So anyway, I was told to come here
Yeah, we
and
see him every day.
and to let you know that Bjorn's war council is starting very soon, and if you were able to make it, he would love for you to be in attendance. Anything I can get for you. I'm sorry, I am not a servant. I am a guard. I don't know why I'm asking that. Yes.
You're fine. Are you in a rush to go back?
I don't have to be. Whatever you want to do. You're
Walk
so
with us
cool,
back.
man.
Walk with us back.
Okay, that would be super cool. He just kind of like stands out there waiting for you guys to be
would
ready.
you like to come inside for a drink while everyone gets ready?
I would love that. He comes in and this guy is just like fangirling over you guys like crazy. Cool. You guys get ready and you're able to head out with this guard. Anything you want to do before you leave or anything?
I got
Awesome.
Just make sure I have my gun on me.
Cool.
Oh, that's right. You got a gun now.
Cool.
Oh,
you guys head out. All your equipment and all that kind of good
Pistol.
stuff. And he just kind of walks to you. He's like talking your ear off about like all of this stuff. He's like, yeah, like ever since what you guys did at the Hollow Mountain, I've been super inspired to try and be the best guard that I could possibly be. You guys are awesome. I love that you live here in Bruin. I feel like the city is so safe. And he's just like nonstop.
Yikes.
Lacey Druid crafts a little medal, like a little sticker medal, and puts it on him, and it says "World's Best Guard" on it.
Oh my god.
I'm so glad I told him to come
You see
with
a
us.
single tear just run down, and he's like, I will treasure this as my most prized possession. He starts like taking off all the other like awards or stuff that he like not a ton. He's like, he's like, I'm gotta make room. This has to be front and center. And he just like throws the other ones on the ground. He's like, this is the only medal that matters to me.
Cute.
And you guys make it to the castle. So you guys get to the castle. He eventually like kind of leaves you at the door, and you guys walk in there. You see like there's a lot of like commotion in the castle. Like a lot of people, like high up people and stuff, just kind of walking around. The castle's way more lively than it was even yesterday. As you kind of walk through, you get up to like Bjorn's like war council chambers where Seabog and Palescales you were not too long ago, and you guys walk in, and you see he's talking to like some like high-ranking commanders and generals and whatnot, just talking about you pick up little things about the war, where the circle of fire is, attacks that they've made, all that kind of stuff. He sees you guys walk in, and he goes, "Oh, my friends, thank you so much for coming. I very much appreciate this. Generals, commanders, please let us speak for a second before the war council starts." They all nod and kind of head out and close the door behind them. You see Bjorn kind of like walks over, takes like a sip of like coffee or water or something. You can't tell exactly what it is, but then he just kind of sits down, takes a breather, and he just sighs and he says, "First of all, thank you again. I haven't had a chance to thank Madras and Lacey, you both, for your contributions taking out this Hydra. I have absolutely no idea where this came from. Seabog, thank you for informing me about the alchemist, and just seems like the Circle of Fire is still working at full cylinders with their new commander, whatever he wants to call himself. But I want to assure you that we're have spies looking into this. Rhaego is actually leading spies to kind of learn more about their movements, and he's been pivotal in any prevention of attacks that we've had. But he just says, where's Palescales, by the way? Was he unable to make it?
He was not. He said he had to go out, and he told us to try to catch up with him after this meeting.
Cool. Roll me a deception check.
Oh, true.
That is factual.
Well, you said that he could not make it. He told you guys that he had to.
He had to go out.
Right.
He had to leave.
He had to go out.
As far as I know, it's urgent for him.
Palescales does what Palescales wants to do.
Well, that is true, but you're being, obviously you're being deceptive.
I'm not telling him everything. I don't know.
It's almost like you're trying to deceive him.
It's almost
Let
like
me
I'm
ask you a question. Are you trying to not inform him on the truth?
Fuck off.
I'm trying to not. I am not lying to him, though.
Yeah, I didn't say roll a lying check.
It is not.
Roll for a lie.
It's not a dishonesty skill.
Yeah.
It's a deception skill. You did it.
The deception?
Yeah, he's deceived. Look at that.
That's a
It's easy. It's good.
14.
Cool. You see, he just kind of nods and just takes another sip of his coffee, and he says, of course, he says, well, you do not owe me anything to be here. You being here is purely a benefit to me and my soldiers with your information that you have of the Circle of Fire. So, of course, if he's not able to make it, that's more than all right. He says, the reason I wanted to speak with you all, and have you at the War Council for very specific reasons, but the reason I wanted to speak with you beforehand was that I need to share something with you that is of the utmost secrecy, and very few people know about this. The only person who knows about this, other than you, is Rhaego. And it's because he's one of my most trusted friends, honestly. He says, takes another sigh, and he says, I have lost the majority of my power. He looks over at his hammer. He says, this weapon has wielded me great power for many years, and I'm afraid that destroying the God's Forge in the Hollow Mountain must have robbed it of its power. But I tell you this in secrecy because I do feel that, as much as I'm not always proud of it, my track record is one thing that helps to keep the city of Rune safe. If our enemies were to find out that I was much weaker, I'm afraid that might invite attacks on the city of Rune. So, of course, I do not want many people to know this, but I wanted you all to know that because there may very well come a time where I'm not here to defend this city, and I need you to understand that as... who knows what will happen with this battle, with these wars. The Circle of Fire wasn't killed the first time, and who knows if, our actions now will prevent them fully. So I feel like I can trust you all with this, and I wanted to share this with you as it's, of course, a very important matter. He sighs again, he says, also, kind of as we've figured out, Seabog, the alchemist, behind... leading the Circle of Fire, our spies and top minds have affirmed this, and with that, I think we can expect even more of potions of massive power that are essentially just going to make them stronger. So they have an army, and now they have full commitment to make more potions of power to try and enact their will on Angea. So that is something that we're going to have to be very wary of. And the most recent one was, of course, this vial. He holds up the vial, the empty vial, and he says, our alchemists looked at this, and essentially it's just a potion to transfigure someone into a powerful beast. I feel that this is more than likely a very difficult potion to create, and therefore something that I think that we don't have to worry about seeing this with every single infantry member that they have, but either way, it's very important that you know that this is out there, and this could be very damning for our war efforts.
Were we able to figure out what it was made of?
He shakes his head, he says, not yet, unfortunately, the entire potion was consumed. We don't know very much about it, but I have a feeling that the ingredients that you all found were probably very pivotal to finding, or to making it. But he says, but that's neither here nor there, that's something we'll figure out. He says, I have invited emissaries from all over Angea to be here to discuss this war against the Circle of Fire, and I wanted to let you all know that we will have an ambassador from the Underdark, a colony of Illithids, who have been very reclusive in nature. He says, I understand your history, and I don't want you to think that I don't take that very seriously. He says, they have come out recently and have made contact with us, and I fear that if we do not find some agreements with them, they may join the Circle of Fire. They are very reclusive in nature, but there is a hive of them, and they have enacted much despair, as you are all familiar with in the past. So
fucking shit, they killed me.
He says, yes. And I wanted to let you know, and I wanted you to be here because of course, the action of one does not represent the action of every. However, I don't feel that we can trust them, and we need to find a way to stop them from siding with the Circle of Fire. I don't care what that looks like. We don't need to be their allies or their friends for that matter, but that is why they will be here, or an ambassador from them will be here. But he says, we are also, one of the first communications we had with them was to try and find the criminal Mirgoth who had killed you. And our search efforts are still continuing with that. That, of course, they have told me, who knows how much we can trust them, that they are a criminal, even among their ranks, and that as soon as they are found, they'll be brought here. So, again, I don't trust them, but they will be here, and I wanted to have you all here to balance that scale. He says, I would love any recommendations, advice you have before we begin. If not, we do have their emissaries are outside, and my guards are waiting to let them in.
Are they in their natural form?
He says yes.
This over with? Is he okay?
You see in the gears in Lacey's hat that they stop. And she starts twitching. And all the death comes back into her eyes.
I'm just gonna grab Lacey and hold her. Go.
Let me talk to them.
He says, they're outside, they're gonna be here. It's just a single ambassador.
Let me talk to them.
He says, if you want a council with them, you most certainly can, but the war council will need to happen first, if that is okay. I do apologize, but I cannot keep ambassadors from these regions waiting forever.
This is quite a thing to spring on us.
He says, if you do not want to be here, I do not hold it against you. You were by no means required to be here. I don't have that power over you, nor would I wield it even if I had. But I did want you all to be informed of this. And if you do not want to be here, that's quite all right. But
How long have you known that they were coming?
this has been in the works for a couple days. They just reached out to us late last night that they would actually be arriving.
Late last night.
When they arrived. But
We do this war council. And then I talk to them.
he nods. He says that's completely understandable.
Y'all ready?
Let's do it.
You see the doors open up, and you see humanoids of all races kind of come in. You see orcs, hill dwarves, wood elves, just to kind of like come in. Massive numbers, a lot of rune guards, of course, as well. And then last to walk in is a tall, slender mind flayer with purpley, grotesque skin. Slowly walks in. You see. His disgust is not just among, you're not the only ones who have disgust for him. You see every race there kind of like takes a second glance at them. They're very reclusive and not favored by pretty much anybody. They all walk in. You see Bjorn kind of like commands the council, and he says, peoples of Angea, we are at a time of war, and I call you all here so that we can hopefully find some way forward that will reduce the amount of bloodshed as we destroy the Circle of Fire and the tyranny that they command over small villages that they've been attacking, and honestly over the rest of Angea. He says they possess, for those who do not know, an automaton army, massive in nature, incredibly powerful. Some of our best fighters were not able to defeat even one of these automaton constructions, so a fleet of them and their warships and airships and everything. This is something that we should not take lightly. You see the wood elves seem to be very much on his side. The hill dwarves are kind of quiet. You see halflings look scared, and orcs kind of just look not confused, but they're just kind of taking it all and thinking about all this. Bjorn starts to talk about like allegiances, and you know also that a lot of these different species in Angea not always gotten along very well. So it's a very tense conversation. One of the orcs pipes up and just says, "All right, Bjorn, but why should we join you? We're not exactly on great speaking terms between the orcs and the humans." Bjorn looks back and says, "Well, it's more of a question about the stability of the realm, and whether or not the orcs are attacked next means no difference. Every village that is attacked by the Circle of Fire adds more forces and more land that they command. So this is something that we all need to effectively treat with a lot of care and caution." Hill dwarves pipe up and they start to speak about that they've talked to Eric, who has been over there very frequently, who is not here with you, but you see that they respond at one of the there are 3 hill dwarves there, and kind of like the primary one speaks up and just says, "Well, it is something that we have been speaking about with Eric, and he has been telling us of the tragedy of the Hollow Mountain, and we want you to know that us hill dwarves are ready to fight this onslaught, whatever it takes." And slowly you hear just kind of murmuring of just different forces kind of adding in.
How far is, am I right next to Bjorn?
Yeah, you guys are all standing right next to Bjorn, essentially, around this large circular table.
I'm going to touch his back, and I'm going to cast Enhance ability on both of us.
Okay.
We're both bestowed with Owl's Wisdom, so we have advantage on Wisdom saving throws, including sorry, not Owl's Wisdom. I apologize. I didn't realize that that's in Charisma. My bad. Eagle's Splendor. My apologies. So he has advantage on Performance, Persuasion, Intimidation, Deception, and saving throws.
Sweet.
Charisma.
Um,
We both do. He and I both do.
Give me a sleight of hand check.
That's only a 5.
You see, as soon as you cast this, the wood elves just quickly turn their head over to you. The halflings kind of step back and look confused. The orcs look pissed, and the mind flare just doesn't move at all. But they all start to move, and the orc just says, "What is the meaning of this? Are you trying to persuade us under the use of magic so that we don't act on our own accord here? What? I thought this was a war council."
He's my king. To make sure that everyone here actually survives.
You see Bjorn puts a hand on your shoulder, and you get the you get the feeling that he's very grateful,
Yep.
but also that it's like
Yes.
not a wise move. He says, "My
I
friends."
keep forgetting that spells actually have verbal
He says
components. I
they're
don't know
visible.
why
He says, "My friends, please. We are
You
not.
need to learn subtle.
We are not trying to ill-inform or convince you to do anything that you are not comfortable with doing. This is merely a matter of life or death, and we need to act now. The Circle of Fire is only getting stronger." And you see the orc pipes up now, furious, and just says, "Well, if they're getting stronger, maybe there are some people that we should join, because the way I'm seeing it here is that Bjorn is only interested in keeping himself on top as the leader of the realm and the hero of all of us. The orcs themselves are quite strong, and we are not worried about some Circle of Fire. We are most certainly not worried if we have to go to war with anyone here." You see the Mind Flayer just kind of walks to the table, puts his hands on the table, and just says, "Well, that might not have been the smartest move. I do agree with Bjorn. This affects all of us, and the Underdark and us Illids are still figuring out what would be the best move, but as of now, we are looking for what is in the best interest of us. We are not very well liked in this realm. That has always been in our nature, but at the end of the day, we do want to coexist peacefully. And he looks around at the rest of the table. You see some people nod. The orcs just look disgusted. The hill dwarves just look like scared of them, or the halflings, I should say. You, as slowly as the table goes around, you see the hill dwarves are at your back. The wood elves have already joined in. The orcs are leaning away. And the Illithids are just kind of on the fence here. And halflings seem to just be very scared. Bjorn continues to talk about the reasons, the information that they've learned, and trying to convince them of the gravitas of the situation. But he ultimately is very much not getting very far and looks to you all and says, well, our friends here have been some of the few who have seen the monstrosities that the Circle of Fire has committed. Please, friends, speak to what your experience has been.
I am going to start off and speak directly to the orc. And I'm going to say, please pardon my friend. She has gone through more than you can imagine within the past year, and she just wanted to take precaution to make sure it didn't happen to her again in a room with such powerful people. But banding us all together to stop a group of people that don't care about any other race would be beneficial for everyone that's in this room right now.
You see some folks nod, the wood elves nod, the dwarves nod. The orcs just look back over and just says, well, who's to say that at the end of all of this, any one of us doesn't just turn up like the dwarves who decided to ally with you, Bjorn, who more than half of their species was eradicated, or like the elves, not the wood elves that you all are seeming to be teaming up just nicely, but what about the elves who have retreated to the sea? What about the elves who have just no longer decided to be a part of Angea? What about the Tieflings who are a completely destroyed race because of the retribution that you enacted, Bjorn? And you see this strikes a nerve with Bjorn, and he looks hurt.
All of those things that happened, minus the Tieflings first, happened because a group of them decided to work with the Circle of Fire. Now, I'm not saying the same outcome will happen for your race if you decide to, but so far, trying to work with them has caused a fear for genocide of your race.
He says, how about this? If Bjorn tells us the true nature of what happened at the end of the Forever War, in the Forgotten Lands, a land that is devoid of life now, then maybe the orcs will consider joining. You see Bjorn just looks, not like he was not expecting that, but remains silent. And you see some elves just kind of look kind of curious and wondering about this, as many do. But the orc just looks back over and just says, I didn't think so. Unless anyone has anything else to say, the orcs will stand alone. And they start kind of getting up from this table and walking out.
I jump up and I look at them and I say, I wish your race an immense amount of luck. And I wish you would join us, not for my sake, but for the sake of what you've done to try and save this world. When we went to go destroy this piece of machinery that could have absolutely eradicated everyone. We did that for everyone, not just for us. And yes, I made a mistake earlier, and I apologize for that. But I'm scared. And I know that a lot of people in this room are scared. And I think the best chance we have is actually working together. If you don't want to do that, then I hope your race is safe. And I will pray for the safety of every woman and child that now has to stand on their own.
You see he looks a bit taken aback. Your words have hit him. Make a flat persuasion check. Because you're essentially rolling with disadvantage, but with the advantage.
It's a 15.
The orc looks back over you and just says, "You seem like a fierce one,
I try.
and I respect that. But the orcs will stand alone." And they start to move out. You see the halflings sit there, just not saying anything. The hill dwarves and the wood elves have already joined. And then just this mind flare sits there and just says, "In order for us to make the decision that is best for our people, we'll need to hear assurances." He says, "I don't expect any decisions to be made right now, but we'll be in touch." And he starts to walk out the room.
Hold on.
Not yet.
Can I please speak with you?
He stops and he says, "Listen, Lacey, I know of your history, and I hope you understand that Murgoth is a criminal among our people."
I don't want to talk about him.
He
I want
says,
to talk about you.
"All right."
As a peace offering from me. What?
Shoot him.
Pulls out a Glock.
I know that your race is very, very impressed by knowledge, and you read every book trying to find more. If there's one thing you could ask your god, what would it be?
He says, "This is a very serious matter.
Absolutely.
I'm afraid I'm not in the mood for these trivial pursuits."
I'm not doing this to be trivial. I am doing this to show that if you stand with us, grudges will not be held, and we will treat you as equals.
He looks over to Bjorn. Bjorn nods. He says, "If I was able to ask my god anything,"
Anything.
he says, "I would ask my god what it feels like to know everything, and if it would ever be possible for me to do the same."
If you join us, I will ask on your behalf.
He says, "We will consider it."
I appreciate your time.
He looks over to you and says, "I appreciate your candor." And looks around to the rest of the room, nods at you all, walks out the door. You see Bjorn sits there. As he stands there in this heated conversation, you notice that he's like gripping the table very heavily. And he just collapses on the ground. And that's where we'll end our session.